106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Well, good morning. Welcome to perhaps the greatest day of your life, the greatest hour of your life, and we will prove that to you over the next few hours together. Summer hours in full effect, so we'll be on live till 11 this morning. And the great Kevin Ryder, Hall of Fame broadcaster, woke you up for many, many years from this very studio, will be joining us again today. And every time Kevin Ryder is on, for either the 30 years he was on before us or the one time he was on with us since, ratings spike. So we are thrilled to have him back on our show.
We're just trying to find new reasons as often as we can. And then he kind of blows us off for a little while, and then we drag him in here.
Yeah, we pitch him an idea at least every day to get him in here because it's good for us.
And he goes, love it, and then leaves.
And then he does. But today we believe...
Let's do it.
Today, I think, is the day he is going to be joining us for some Lie Day Friday. I know you're thinking to yourself, but it's Wednesday. That makes no sense. Yes, that's a valid point. We were unable to coordinate schedules with the lie detector guy and Kevin Ryder.
Well, the lie detector guy is very busy. It was actually his conflict because he needs to go to the East Coast to do some lie detecting before 4th of July.
Someone's about to find out they're a dad on the East Coast. So anyway, we're very excited for that later this morning. And if you have any questions you'd love us to ask the great Kevin Ryder, you can get them to us on the text line 800-520-1067, or there's a post up on our Instagram, Klein Allie Show. We were putting together the final list of questions, and these ones are, I mean, incredible. We have everything in here from what he really thinks about the bosses at KROQ. As you know, there was a very dramatic kind of firing that took place at the beginning of COVID, and then the return. And did he come back to KROQ because he actually loves it here like he claims, or was it just a cash grab? Mm-hmm. What does he really think of Omar? Is Omar the traitor he paints Omar to be?
Does he want us to be fired?
Right, is he hoping that we crash and burn so that he can prove that there's no one else that can do the job like he could? Probably, right? We'll get to all of those later this morning.
Yeah, and, we love Kevin Ryder, and it's been a joy to actually finally meet him because for me, it was somebody that I listened to for a while and then never actually got to meet face-to-face. And last time we saw him, he was like, hey, you're pretty good. And I was like, oh, okay. But thank you so much. That's very inspiring.
But he also did claim he doesnent listen. He's never listened to the show.
Yeah, I know. And then I was like, what have you heard that you liked? And he's like, I gotta go. Okay.
He's like, I just won't listen to morning radio anymore. I did it long enough, and I'm not listening to it. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, nice to talk.
I know. But he's being honest, sort of.
He hears our promos occasionally as they air during his show, so that's the best he can make. Anyway,
he tunes out our promos, but kind of listens.
So anyway, later this morning, in the studio, in the flesh, very excited about that. And there's some incentive for you to listen. Also, we'll continue to hook you up with tickets for you to go to Universal. Got a couple of 4-packs to give you throughout the morning. And I'm sure we'll find a way to get you some more of the ultimate barbecue backyard packs, which includes a tiny towel for your grill and some Shake Shack beans.
Shake Shack beans!
So anyway, we got that to look forward to.
I'm glad he doesn't listen.
I would hate to be judged by a Hall of Famer so harshly, so early in the morning. As always, we kick things off by giving you a chance to become $100 richer with Allie's money. We'll get into that in a few moments as well. So if you need to interact with the show, lots of ways to do it. Open phones, 800-520-1067. Text line, first text out of the gate, 714. Shut up, Allie. Legends only.
Yep, there you go.
show? Allie, you're mad at me?
I'm not mad.
You seem frustrated.
I'm frustrated, yeah.
How close are you to calling us a bunch of stupid assholes on the scale of right
No, I'm
now?
not.
You're not?
No. I'm frustrated, though.
Well, what would you have preferred I had done?
Gosh, that's tough. I think I would have preferred you maybe give me a heads up.
I did. I sent the text.
4 minutes before you got here.
Yeah, that's heads up. Heads up.
When I was going, hey, Vanessa, maybe you should call Klein and make sure he's awake and on his way because he's pretty late.
I sent the text. I said, sorry, moving slow this morning. I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling sick.
Yeah, and then you
under the weather.
proceeded to come in and sound like death and then tell me that it's allergies, which is complete BS.
Could be. We haven't ruled it out.
You're like, it's either allergies or sinuses, yet you were on the phone with your wife making a doctor's appointment for your kid who is also sick.
Yeah, well,
so what, does she also have a sinus infection and allergies?
Could be. I'm not a doctor. Look.
I know.
Who I just want to point that out to any new listeners. I'm not a doctor. But
just be honest and say, I'm sick. I might be contagious, so maybe bring a mask or maybe take some kind of precaution or
pussy.
Something. I don't want to. I'm going to now get sick right before I actually go out of town to do something fun.
Don't have to miss a show. Already have the week off anyway for 4th of July. So
and the air conditioning is broken again, so we are in a cesspool breeding ground of bacteria.
Let me ask you a serious question. I mean this as a compliment to you and to pretty much everyone who works on the show. We all come in here not feeling great because we feel that we owe it to each other and we owe it to whatever people have made the poor decision to listen to us this morning.
Right.
I would love to have stayed in bed this morning. I felt crappy yesterday, started feeling bad. Went to bed feeling bad, woke up, hopefully I wake up feeling good, woke up feeling bad.
And I know that you can't control it. We all get sick, the kids and all that crap, and they're all at camp. They're passing germs left and right. Your kid's stealing Labubu's. She's passing germs while she's doing that. I get it.
Probably karma for that stolen
I'm not
Labubu.
mad at you. I'm just frustrated because I'm like, great. Now I'm going to catch this, and then you see the chain continue.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass this on to my wife, then I'm going to pass it on to my kid, then I'm going to pass it on to the people we're seeing on vacation. It's going to be a whole thing.
Listen, we work in a very contagious world. We've all gotten each other's stuff before. In fact, even after the show yesterday, Vanessa said to Allie, and I quote, Allie, I sent you an article that I thought you would find interesting. And then Vanessa proceeded to tell Allie the article was about the places that she will most likely catch herpes.
No, the best places to get herpes.
Oh, the best places to get herpes. Now,
she's like, I thought you would like this. Yeah. I'm like, why?
Yeah. And then Vanessa...
Best places, like where on the body?
Yeah, so Vanessa...
That's what's funny.
So Vanessa gave us the quiz. She goes, guess... Vanessa,
where do you think?
Vanessa, what did you say to us?
Guess where's the best place to have herpes?
So I said,
and I thought it was obvious.
Right.
I said not country.
So I said bottom of the foot because that's easily hideable.
Then we were like, ocular herpes are probably better than vaginal herpes.
Right.
We got into this whole conversation. And then she was like, guys, it's New Zealand. And we were like, why is there an article about the best places in the world to have herpes?
But Vanessa, you found an article about herpes and thought to yourself, I should send this right to Allie because you didn't send it to us. You didn't send it to anyone else.
Well, I just thought Allie would think it's funny.
Why don't you explain your lottery theory?
Oh, yes. So this is how I feel about herpes. Any of us could catch it. Like, any of us could win the lottery. Allie won the lottery. If she has herpes, she won the lottery of herpes.
I think you mean the lottery of STDs.
Exactly.
Right. So of the STDs to get, it's the best one to get.
No way.
And I have won the lottery of STDs by getting herpes.
Because it's just like the lottery. Any of us could win it. You just don't know.
And I'm the lucky one.
Instead of buying a waterfront mansion in Malibu, you just scratch your vag a lot. It's the major difference there.
And I could scratch it better in New Zealand.
That's right, apparently. So the point is, we're all very contagious.
We're all passing things.
And we're all passing things, and we do it for your amusement, so hopefully it's worth it. If you'd like an easy $100, call now, 800-520-1067. You'll be battling Allie, things happening in the news. And if a question involves the best place to get herpes, at least you know the answer. It's New Zealand or your foot. We'll be right back with more show next.
KROQ has your chance to get ready for a summer to remember at the all-new Universal Mega Movie Summer, happening June 13th to August 10th at Universal Studios Hollywood. Meet your favorite characters, experience soak-worthy thrills, purchase movie-themed foods, and join the ultimate party in the park for the best summer day in L.A. Listen for your chance to get cast in the role of a winner of a 4-pack of tickets at 9, noon, 3, and 6. Lights, KROQ, action! More info at KROQ.com.
Rated KROQ.
Did you hear about that free Grubhub deal from Amazon?
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. That's Joe. We'll be performing at Coachella tonight. We got another pair of tickets to give you to Coachella before we get the hell out of here today. And in our studio right now, it smells great in here because we got a bunch of the food that will be available at Coachella, some of the collabs that are happening. Obviously, people go for the bands and the hang and the fashion, but the food, it's real deal. And we got some of the collabs in here from Prince Street Pizza and Postmates, and some of the collabs between Yeasty Boys and Prince Street as well. And some of these available general admission area, some VIP only. Regardless, you will see these, I'm sure, all over your Instagram by the end of the weekend. In a moment, we'll do the high voltage food review with Postmaster Johnny. We just saw how Kev Eats does a review. This guy is, as you know, all over the place. Check out his new app called Biter, where you can follow some of your favorite food reviewers and also just keep your own list together. Similar to if you're sharing like a Spotify playlist with a friend or whatever. Same exact thing for places you like to eat around LA and other places as well. So we got that going for us. You can watch this on YouTube. I recommend you check out the YouTube right now. We're streaming live as we speak. And in a moment, we're going to give Johnny these 5 buzzwords for the high voltage food review. A lot of them coming through on the text line. Kev, I'll give you the first word. What is the one word that if Johnny says during his review of the Boiling Crab Prince Street Pizza collab slice, if he says it, we will shock him with the electricity?
It's got to be either salty or garlicky. One or the other.
He won't know garlic. I don't even think he knows what garlic is.
Let's go
salt.
with salty.
I think he'll probably know. So we're going to do salt. I'm going to say cheesy is the one I'm giving. On the text line right now, yum or yummy, which I feel like he will say a lot. Wet is one of the words that someone wants to say. And that's pretty good. So anytime he says good. He's a simple man with simple words. All right, let's bring him in here. High voltage review. All right, Johnny, you got what'd you bring with you? A jar of barbecue sauce?
I brought a jar of Sweet Baby Ray's and some sriracha sauce.
Why did you bring that in?
Just to spice it up a little bit if it tastes good.
You don't need to do that. It's going to taste good.
Oh, I know, but...
Why would you bring other sauces? There's no need for that.
I like to have a little variety every time, right? You know what I mean, Kevin?
I'm going to shock you for doing that.
No, wait. It's just good sauce.
Oh, Jesus.
Stop.
Johnny almost fell off his chair.
I told you, that was hard,
Oh,
man.
really? All right, relax.
Jesus,
Just relax.
dude.
Oh,
my God.
Whoops, I had my finger on the...
Yeah, you got it on the extra big dog setting,
All right,
man.
I'm going to move. That's for Rottweiler.
Yeah, I'm a Chihuahua, bro.
Hold on
It's
one
just
second.
shocking people at 9:30 on a Friday.
Jeez.
All right,
Great
it's Coachella
Friday.
Friday. Everyone's in a great mood now. We're going to try some of the food. Now, you saw how Kev Eats does it. This guy's a pro. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers, millions and millions of views. This is how a professional does it. Johnny, you're an amateur food reviewer, but you will be adding electricity to make your review that much more exciting.
Oh, yeah.
You got
Okay.
this. I have
All
faith
right,
in you. You
Johnny,
got it.
Thank you,
whenever
man.
you're ready, grab one of the slices. You're going to start with the crab one?
Oh, that's what's on this, huh? The red stuff?
Oh, boy.
I thought it was like big bacon.
No, you're on the wrong. I don't think that's the right one right there.
No.
Is that the crab one? Hold on, Kev. Which one has he got there?
I think he's got the shrimp one.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Johnny,
one?
whenever you're ready.
Okay.
You have 1 minute to do a review. Here's your music.
I'm gonna taste it,
And
too.
we have 5 buzzwords. Kev's going to taste it as well. He has no shot collar on him, though. He gets to give an honest feedback. Some people would say it's a little early in the morning to have a seafood pizza collab, but not the case. It's pretty good, huh?
Very good.
Should we
Yeah.
cheers, Kevin? Should we touch tips really quick?
Let's
Oh,
touch chips,
Jesus,
baby.
Johnny.
There you go.
All right, ready?
Pull that clip. All right, whenever you're ready.
He won't.
Whenever you're ready, Johnny, for your review, it only starts when you start talking.
Okay, here we go. First bite in, and it's pretty good, actually. Ow! Ow! Stop! I'm still alive. All right. It's not as cheesy as I thought it was going to be. It's very doughy. Stop! I'm going to get barbecue all over her thingy. Okay. Very crispy. It's very hot, too, actually. I like... That's pretty good. I like... Ow! Oh! Ow! My neck hurts. My neck hurts. Ow! Ow! Stop! Okay.
10 seconds, Johnny. Wrap it up strong.
Poor guy.
It's really... Oh, it's spicy, too. It's really spicy. It's really hot, actually. I'm afraid to take another bite. I didn't even put sriracha on it or anything. This one hurts a lot.
4, 3, 2.
Very yummy. Very good.
Why do you just keep saying good, you dummy? Clearly, every time you said good, you've gotten shocked.
A shrimp. For those of you who can't see this, a shrimp just
Flew.
flew out of Johnny's mouth.
There's shrimp, crab, everything's on the... I don't know.
It's a jambalaya now here at KROQ. All right, well, Kev, how Kev Eats this year as a professional food reviewer.
gosh,
That's the end
bro.
of Johnny's high voltage food review. As a professional reviewer, you're in a game with it's a very competitive space. How did Johnny do in his first official food review?
Considering he was gonna get shocked, and he was that was imminent. He did fantastic.
Yeah, you did good, Johnny. Good job,
My
Johnny.
brother.
Good shit.
Johnny, how do you think you did?
Not as good as Kevin. Oh, stop!
You said good. You said good again.
I didn't know that was
over.
Oh, it's
Poor
over.
guy.
It's over. Okay, it's over. Fair enough. All right, Johnny. Thank you. You still got the
I feel so
collar.
bad, man.
Yeah, wait.
Hey,
One more time.
No.
I gotta find
Wait.
No, I'm not going to do it again. Now I feel bad.
My
Now I
hands
feel
are
bad.
greasy. I can't do it.
Now I feel bad.
Get him.
All right,
Yes,
thank you.
Johnny's free.
So Johnny's free. Some of the food you can have at Coachella. How Kev Eats. Check out the Biter app, of course. We'll put the link up. And How Kev Eats, how.kev.eats. Instagram, TikTok. And thanks for stopping by, KROQ.
Thank you so
In a
much.
moment, Jake the Nerd will be in here to hop on the scale. And we'll give you your Coachella tickets in the next 5 minutes right here on KROQ. That's why we're here every day, killing time, just to give you tickets, give you access, give you cash. And when we don't have anything to actually give you, we make up cans of beans that we call Jake Shack beans, and we give you those as well. Right now, though, it's $100 of Allie's money, and it can be yours.
Klein has tiny little boo-boos. Let's find out if Allie knows the new.
What a beautiful song. You can always leave your custom theme songs on the GOAT line. That number is 844-956-GOAT.
And if you don't know what that means, catch up on the podcast.
Yeah.
We're moving fast around
moving
here.
Quickly. I understand why some people tune in, get confused, and quickly tune out. But for those of you that put in the effort, the 3-day challenge, usually you say, well, I found my people's baby. Let's say hi to Mioke in, it's got to be a typo, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's say hi to Mioke in Newport Beach. Good morning, Mioke.
Good morning.
Is that your name?
Yes, Mioke.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I can't believe I got it right. The name Butcher does not strike again. You will be battling Allie. I got 5 questions here all about the news. She will sequester herself, leaving the KROQ studios.
All right. See
all
ya.
you got to do is answer these quickly, confidently, and accurately, and then we get to pay the people, and that's the best part of the job. So as Allie leaves, Get ready for your questions. They will begin in moments. And that moment is right now. No.
Nice.
That's not the
The Klein
moment.
Alley Show with new summer hours. Live till 11. KROQ.
That's our way of reminding you that we have new summer hours. Hopefully you were paying attention.
stuff.
Hold on, I gotta find the intro for it. The intro has somehow disappeared. Let me find it. I don't know where it went. Oh man, we were doing so well. There it is. There's your intro. It's time now for your Allie Knows the News.
Allie knows the news.
All right, question number one. According to the Consumer Reports, there's a new top automaker in the world who is currently making everyone's favorite car. This is the new number one automaker, according to Consumer Reports, just out. Who is it?
I have no idea.
Any guess is a good one. What are you driving next to right now?
Next to... Hold on.
I hope she says lamppost. Come on, lamppost. All right. We're going to skip this
I'm
one.
surrounded by Teslas. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We go to question number two. The legendary actor by the name of Arnold Schwarzenegger has recently claimed in an interview that this, of all of his movies, is the one that has made him the most money. Which movie made Arnold Schwarzenegger the richest of all of his movies?
Terminator?
Go to question number three. A SoCal fitness influencer was sadly shot and killed by who? Big story.
Roommate?
Her roommate. We go to question number four. There's a two-part documentary that is about to come out in July on HBO focusing on which musician. It's getting a two-part doc. Any guess is a good
I
one.
don't know. Elton John.
Elton John. And finally, let's just go ahead and make this a little easier. Next week, we have a national holiday. Which national holiday will we be celebrating next week?
4th of July?
All right, finally, she's on the board. Let's bring Allie in. We'll score it together. If you're listening along, thinking to yourself, I could get these right. I know the answers. Well, then tomorrow I hope you do call and battle Allie for $100 of her money. Allie, are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Question number one. According to Consumer Reports, this car maker, this car brand is now the new number one car brand in the world.
Oh, in the
They
whole
have
world.
decided that this is the brand, number one on the list.
Yikes.
Which brand is it?
Is it Tesla? I feel like that's always at the top of the list.
No, not Tesla. But
Toyota?
interesting. No.
Honda?
I can't believe on your month, you of all people didn't get the correct answer.
Subaru?
Subaru.
Ah, love to
Number
see it.
one, according to Consumer Reports.
I
We
just
go
got
to
a roof rack for my Subaru.
question number two. No one gets the point, and we go to question two. Still tied up 0-0. You're battling Neok right now. We go to question number two. Arnold Schwarzenegger says that of all the movies he's made, this movie is the one that has made him the most money.
Oh, wow.
In a recent interview.
It's got to be twins.
It's funny. She guessed Terminator. The obvious guess to me would have been Terminator, just because of the franchise and everything else.
Dude,
But
Jingle All the Way.
Oh, that was such a good one, too.
Yeah.
you would think later in his career he would be able to command more money, get more money. But he did say that Twins is the movie that made him the most amount of money.
Am I
Are you
right?
serious?
I'm not even kidding.
That was a joke
What?
answer.
That movie, he claims, has made him the most money of any movie he's done.
Why?
He was joking, though.
No, he said it in a very legitimate
It's
way.
just
He
twins.
doesn't know how to count money.
Well, maybe that's why.
What the hell?
That's why he was the governor.
It's possible. We go to question number three. Allie's up 1-0. A SoCal fitness instructor was sadly shot and killed by who?
Oh, her boyfriend/husband.
Well, I need an answer. It's not her
Wait.
boyfriend/husband.
It's either or. There you go.
No. Cannot accept that. Need an actual answer.
Husband?
Her estranged husband.
Yes!
She was out on a date with another guy that I think also got killed in the process.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really
Damn.
weird story. And Allie goes on the board up by 2 now. So we go to question number 3. She guessed roommate. We go to question 4. Allie's up by 2. There's a 2-part documentary coming to HBO this July focused on which musician?
Ooh, I know that Bono, but I think the Bono one is already out. Let's see. It's got to be, Madonna? Maybe?
No. It's a guy that's been suffering from some health stuff recently and had to cancel, I think, his tour. Billy Joel. Billy Joel's getting the two-part doc. And we go
God,
to this
everyone loves Billy Joel.
Final question, and Allie's up 2. There's a national holiday happening next week. We tried to dumb it down, make it a little easier for the contestant. Which national holiday is happening next week?
Things really went awry, huh?
Yeah, they did.
July 4th.
July 4th. Well, she got that as well, so she is on the board. She doesn't leave a total loser, but you don't get Allie's money. And what must you shamefully admit over the airwaves of KROQ as you fumble through your car?
This is Mioke, and Allie knows her news.
Well, the good news is that tomorrow morning you'll have a chance. For everyone on the text line that's being critical of our contestant selection. Was that a Vanessa pick or a Johnny pick, out of curiosity?
Johnny pick.
Strong.
Way to throw him under the bus, Vanessa. I love it.
You told me.
I really thought the two of them were going to be like, we stand by our decision.
It was him.
Full phone lines. That's who they went with. Well, listen, you're always welcome to join us.
She sounded hot, which is probably why.
That's probably exactly why. Mioke, we'll get you on the air right away.
Cool name. I love it.
All right, listen.
I've never met an ugly Mioke.
We got a decent show to get to today. Our buddies, the Party Bros, I believe it's Chad and or JT will be on with us to give Allie some advice before she speaks to City Council tonight. We got lots going on today. This is KROQ. said before, if you think of some of the greatest things we have in this country, they have been imported from other countries. We always say from meatballs to menage a trois. Some of your favorite things started elsewhere.
And Subarus.
Someone was smart enough to say, let's bring that right here to America. There's something happening in another country that we need to decide with your help. Should it be an import or should it be an export? And I think that as I look over some of the many things we've discussed previously, Allie, from other countries, there's some countries that have adult-only airplanes, no kids allowed. We decided let's import that immediately.
Amazing.
There's the hire someone that can rescue you from traffic happening in other countries. We believe that should be brought here.
That was like, okay, you're sitting there going nowhere on the freeway, and a guy on a bicycle will come up and switch the spots with you.
Certain countries are giving their employees hangover days, hangover leave, where they can go ahead and leave if they're feeling hungover from partying the night before.
That I didn't agree with. That's on you if you have a hangover.
And then there's the countries that everyone knows the hangover is just you fake sick with something else, even though you're hungover.
Yeah.
And then we voted that there's a country that is limiting how long you can say goodbye to people at airports.
Oh, that's right.
A 3-minute goodbye. Anything over 3 minutes, you get a ticket. I believe that was Netherlands or something. And we said, let's bring that here immediately. There's no need for the big 25-minute send-off where people are jammed up at LAX trying to make their flight.
I've never done more than a 1-minute goodbye.
And
how long does a goodbye really need to last?
Sometimes it's just a lot of hugs and kisses. So you're like, where are they? How long are they going
Sometimes
for?
the goodbye starts over because it takes so long.
Right. You got to do it again. One more for the road.
All right, fine. Let's hug again.
And then there was the parking spots in Germany that they have special, larger parking spots for ladies.
Oh, yeah.
And we decided that we should probably import that here as well.
To make room for all of our tampons.
That's right. All the emotional baggage. So here we go. We got a new one now. This one's interesting. This comes to us from the country of Japan. And Japan has got an interesting pricing concept that they are trying to test out. And I think it's something we should discuss bringing to Los Angeles and Orange County. And that pricing concept is a 2-tier price for if you are a local versus if you are a tourist.
Oh, so like a restaurant, if you go there, would have one price for a local and then it would be upcharged for a tourist?
Now, I think that we would argue here in Southern California, there's places we know just not to go to because they've already kind of figured out that they have tourist pricing. Like, there are certain places you go like, why would you go eat at the Bubba Gum Shrimp on the Santa Monica Pier?
That's the exact restaurant I thought of. Why would we need 2-tier pricing for that? Because there's just one tier of people that's going to that.
Right, and that tier already kind of knows I'm probably a tourist and I'm doing a tourist thing. But then there's the places that locals love, the tourist visit, like Pink's Hot Dog. There's tons of other, even In-N-Out. Let's just call In-N-Out as a place locals go to all the time. But tourists, when they come to LA, they're like, I got to get In-N-Out. So should there be a insider pricing for locals where tourists have to pay a little bit more? Because if you think about it, we are in many ways with taxes and everything else, right? We are funding these operations and the tourists come in and we want some of that tourist money.
Yeah, but you also depend on tourist money to help boost your economy, and also you want to incentivize them to visit. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't
fleece them suckers.
Fleece them suckers. That's the pricing plan.
You could also tell tourists anything and they'll believe it. You're like, yes, In-N-Out is a very fine dining restaurant and it's $75 for a hamburger, but it's a must try. And they're like, well, okay.
But then you get into an interesting place where people that are tourists start pretending like they're locals and people that are locals start pretending like they're tourists, because I don't even know if the way that they're doing the 2-tier pricing, the locals are getting the better price or the tourists are.
Oh, no, it's got to be the locals.
Yeah, you would think the locals, but what if they decide, hey, let's encourage tourism? Because that's the whole idea in Japan. They're trying to encourage tourism. So they're trying to actually lower prices to get tourists to come there.
So the tourists would have lower prices?
So think now all of a sudden you've got a guy like me who lives in L.A. that's wearing one of those stupid hats that says, I love Santa Monica, just to try to get a tourist
Faking a European
price.
accent?
Yeah. Hey, to Santa Monica?
Where's that from?
I don't know. I want to be very
just
confusing.
so you can go to Bubba Gump's?
Just so I can go to Bubba Gump's.
Sound like you're from Muppet Land.
So the question is, should we import or export the 2-tier prices?
Look, I think that it depends on where you're going. Like, for the Hollywood tour buses, that can just be one price. We know that most of the people, 99%, are tourists that are going on that experience. We don't need to do 2-tier pricing for that.
No,
I actually ran into tourists over the weekend when I was going to that birthday party, and there were people from Australia, and I was like, where are you going to go? And they were like, we are going to Musso and Frank's, and we're going to Spago. And I was like, well, those places are expensive anyway.
Right.
Even if you're a local, you're going to pay a lot of money. That doesn't need to change in price either.
Yeah, but what if they added a tourist surcharge?
And I've seen that in certain places. If you go to hotels in certain countries, there'll be like a tourism fee or like a tourism charge.
Well,
and that is kind of BS, but you don't usually know that until you're already in that location.
A lot of people claim that Vegas already does this, and I do know that anyone who's ever lived in Vegas, they have their own set of bars, their own set of places they go, that everything is like way more affordable than if you're obviously at any of the places on the Strip that's pretty much 99% tourist money.
Right. We've found our own workarounds. We know the tourist trap, so we don't go to the tourist trap. So for that reason, I'm out.
But, it's funny because you go to like an airport, and if you're dressed like a pilot at an airport, you get some sort of a discount, right? Or if you're dressed like a flight attendant. I mean, I guess not just dressed like one. I guess you're supposed to actually. Great. You're actually supposed to be one, I think. It's not just dressed like one. But I bet you if you just had a pilot hat on, they'd probably give you the discount anyway. Because I see it happen. I've been in line behind pilots at airports all the time, and they punch in, and all of a sudden the price drops.
That's so hard for me to see somebody in front of me getting a discount that I can't take advantage of.
Well, I can't believe El Chivo didn't think of this. Just get one of those, order a hat. Go to one of those spirit stores, get a pilot hat, just throw it on before you put your order in.
And I got to get one of those tiny rolly backpacks.
Yeah, you got to get one of those black rollers. Those things are great. So here's the question, and we will come back with the results. Just text in quickly, import, export. Would you like the idea, especially if prices went down? Things are getting pretty expensive here. If they decided, here's what we're going to do. We are going to drop the prices for all locals on whatever, insert everything here. Let's say everything goes down 20%, and we're going to make up for it by jacking up the price for tourists 25%. Mm-hmm. If we're the ones benefiting, I got no problem with it.
I think that it's a slippery slope, and I think you export this. Don't bring it in. But 714 said Disney already does this. They have those discounted prices for people who live in California, people who live in SoCal.
That's a good point. Yeah, some of the places do it. We don't have a problem with it. We have no problem paying. I'm a resident. I get the resident rate.
Yeah, and then you can show that ID and be like, I'm a local. But then you can also find people who know a guy who lives in L.A., and then you can use that opportunity to use their address, and I've got those workarounds.
There's some public golf course on Pico, Rancho Park, I think, and that's another one where if you live within like a 1 mile radius of the course, you get like a different rate than if you are even like one block outside the radius. So we are doing it, I guess. We're just not official doing it. Yeah,
or there's like perks, like if you live on Lake Arrowhead, you get to access that lake, but if you don't, you just get to look at it.
Yeah, so I guess this already happens. So I don't even know why
so
we're
not even voting.
So you know what? Keep your vote. Save the vote for yourself. This has been Import Export on KROQ. Back in a moment with your A.D.D news. Then we start giving you things like free tickets to go to Universal. You could be a local or a tourist. The choice is yours.
Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 FM.
KROQ.
Allie and I are always battling out to try to be good people. Believe it or not, if you're new to the show, you may hear some of the terrible things we talk about and think, wow, these are not good people. But our goal, really, I believe, is to be good people. And we think the best thing a person can do is save the life of another person. I tried to save a dog's life. I tried to save...
That was a statue.
I tried to save a man that was dead in a van or was dying in a van.
There was nobody in the van. It was a shoe.
Regardless, we've all made efforts to save people's lives. And Allie claims she came up to me.
I don't try to be a good person, though. It just happened to me. I stepped in.
She comes up to me right when I walk into the bar on Friday at Snow Summit. And she's like, hey, not to brag, but I just saved some lady's life. And I go, first of all, that is exactly why you did that, to brag. That's why you did it.
You would say it to me, and I would say it to you.
Okay.
Just updating.
You were so proud of yourself the way you... Why don't you tell your story? Because I think once you get to the thing you told me, at first I said, good job, you saved her life. Then all of a sudden there's a twist and you realize you didn't save her life at all.
No twist. No, there was a couple there, and I had been there probably 10, 15 minutes. I'd just gotten my drink. I just set down my whiskey shot and my beer, and I turn around, and this woman is appearing to throw up. But it's not throw up. It's like spit and stuff.
She saw you.
And I was like, I'm here. And I'm like,
monster. Ugh.
Damn, it's like 1:15. I can't believe
Yeah.
We've gotten to this point already where someone's throwing up in the lodge.
It's the problem with being at a bar during the day. When you're being at a bar during the day,
especially in high altitude, it can hit you.
Sure.
So I see that she's throwing up, and I'm going, up, just another person throwing up, and I'm proceeding to take my shot. Then I see that she's stumbling around, and the guy that she's with he's got his arms around her waist and is trying to, I thought, hold her up. But then later, he's kind of like doing a motion that seems a little bit more like the Heimlich maneuver. So then I do a double take, and I go, is she choking? And he looks at me and goes, yeah, she's choking. And I was like, oh, dude, I can't believe I've just been watching this happen for the last 10 seconds. I've done nothing. So I take my hand, and I give her a big-ass slap on the back. I mean, loud, reverberating across the bar. And she cleared her throat and said, all right, I'm good.
Wait, hold on. Woman is throwing up. You think throwing up. Then you realize it's a guy doing a Heimlich on her. What is the length of time between when you witness what you think is a woman throwing up to you realize now you have a situation where there's someone that...
Probably 10 seconds.
In 10 seconds.
This was, in about 10 to 15 seconds.
And you say, is that lady choking?
Well, yeah, after I figured that I was like, why are his arms still around her?
Right.
Like just sit her down if she's throwing up or take her outside. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't. So I noticed that I think he's actually doing a maneuver on her. And then I was like, well, she's choking. I don't know how to do the Heimlich, and he's already doing it. So I'm just going to do the back thwap. If you get a good back thwap, it can really send...
Why are you saying it like that?
Because that's what it is. It's a thwap.
A what?
It's a thwap on the back. It's not a slap. It's a thwap.
Are you trying to do funny stuff?
No.
Are you doing Vanessa's voices? What is going on here?
Was Elmer Fudd there?
What are you saying?
It's a thwap.
Are you joking right now?
No, there's a thing called a thwap. It's like a difference. It's not a slap. It's a thwap.
What's the difference?
Thwap. It's more of a hearty, not
sounds a lot gayer when you say it.
I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to give her a nice whap, thwap.
I'm pretty sure that could be worse.
No,
you can lodge it deeper.
It got the thing out, and I said, "What were you choking on?" And she said, "Chicken nuggets." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm glad that I got it out." And then
glad I slapped you. Is that what you said?
And then she left. No. And then she said, don't worry, this happens to me all the time.
Okay, so here we go. So Allie thinks for one moment, wow, I went up and I...
thwapped.
Hit this woman's back and dislodged a chicken nugget from her throat that was going to kill her. So she starts taking all this glory as I'm a hero. Then the woman turns to Allie and says, don't worry, it happens all the time. So, first of all... that woman needs to rethink her. I don't know.
And that could have been the last time. I think she's prone to choking for some reason.
I think she needs to chew.
Perhaps, Allie, she wasn't choking at all. She's like, maybe she eats her food like a snake or something, and that's how she takes it down.
No. He was and then I found out later that was not her partner, that was her brother. But he said that it does he confirmed that it happens a lot. And 714 said, I was there. I saw Allie do that.
No
and then
way.
I went, yes. And
Get
then
714 on the phone. I don't believe.
Call 714. You were there. You saw me do it. I see a witness.
Was it heroic what Allie did, or was it not? And if the woman says that happens all the time, then she's going around giving a lot of people false hero confidence that everyone's going, I saved this woman's life. And maybe she's just a woman that's got a small esophagus and can't handle it.
She was a human and not a statue.
Yeah, well...
I saved an actual human being.
But
you tried to save a fake dog.
Yeah, but Allie, once again, it sounds like if you didn't do it, she would have gotten it out anyway because she does it all the time.
No, but you don't know that.
You don't know that.
She stepped in whahout the thwap. She could have been dead because whatever her brother was doing was not working.
It was not
clearly.
working.
Well, clearly whatever her brother's doing.
The thwap saved her life.
It's a thwap.
You need to give fat training.
I'm twanged and flat.
Everyone is saying it differently, and I don't like any of it.
909 said for choking adults, you never hit them on the back.
Yeah.
You can cause whatever they're choking on to go further into their trachea.
That's what I thought. Like, I don't remember much from any of the CPR classes I took, but I definitely remember not to do the...
A thwap is an onomatopoeia that refers to a loud, heavy impact or the sound it makes. For example, you might describe the sound of water hitting a ship's side as a thwap.
Okay, great. Regardless, I think a lot of people, and if any of these witnesses, I don't know if any of these people on the phone were witnesses. Hold on, we got a witness on the phone. Hey, hello, Laura?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, you witnessed this, or you were the person who choked on the nugget?
I saw everything, even before it happened.
Okay. From your side, tell us what happened, please, and don't use that dumb word in the process. Go ahead.
So I was looking over in her direction because there was something there, and I asked my boyfriend.
What is that thing over there?
I asked my boyfriend to look for something, and then she went to go get water from the self-serve. She drank the water, and then I saw her spat the water, and I was like, "Dude, she's so drunk. Did you see her spit the water out?" And then that's when she got the I thought it was her boyfriend, but you said her brother. And then he just did the Heimlich maneuver on her, and the water projectile out.
Yeah.
And then that's when Allie came, slapped her on the back, which we're not supposed to do, but she slapped her on the back.
Okay, yeah.
You're not supposed to do that. But she slapped her on the back, and then that's when I said, "Oh no, she shouldn't do that." And I was going to get up to go help because I'm a nurse. So I was like, oh, I might need to help.
I said, out of my way, I'm flapping.
But then she already projectile whatever she did out. But Allie did do something great. She went to go get Fiji water and gave it to her.
I did. I went and got her water. I forgot about that.
No way Allie paid for the Fiji.
She did slap her back after she already projectile whatever was in
after.
the water. And
so hold on. Allie slapped the... Hold on. Allie beat up a woman that just survived the choking incident? You're saying...
Slapped her really hard.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Wait.
I had to get it out.
Hold on. The nurse that was the witness, you're saying the woman already, you believe from your medical experience as a nurse, had already cleared the airwaves. And then afterwards, Allie went up and hit her. Allie went up and hit her in the back?
Yes. After
Okay, now...
projectile all that water out.
Okay. Hero, Allie.
Yeah,
Real
the
hero.
water out, but not the chicken nugget.
Guys, I think I'm more of a hero for almost saving that dog statue now that I hear the story.
Stop it.
So Allie beat up a woman.
Did you hear the part about the water? I
Yeah,
brought her water.
You brought her the one thing she needs.
Bottle Fiji water.
Okay.
Bottle Fiji water.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Laura, thank you for calling to confirm. Great. All right, we'll get into your A.D.D news in just a moment. Then a brand new hour of the show can officially begin. Little man versus machine to get you ready for the 4th. Does humanity stand a chance against the robots? And that plus the great Kevin Ryder in about an hour back in studio in the morning on KROQ where he belongs. I'll say it. On the lie detector test for a very special Wednesday edition of Lie Day Friday. If you have questions you'd like us to ask, Radio Hall of Famer and KROQ legend Kevin Ryder, get them to us so we can get them to him when he's on the lie detector machine. But first,
Grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D News.
All right, buckle up, baby. The defense rests in the Diddy trial. The prosecution, they called many witnesses. The defense called none. Not even one witness in his corner. Not a Kanye, not a random bodyguard, not even himself. Diddy did not end up taking the stand in his own defense. But some good news, actually, for Diddy is that the prosecution is dropping some of their charges. They decided to take away the kidnapping, the attempted arson, the aiding and abetting sex trafficking charges. So they kind of figured they weren't really able to prove those, so let's just have the jury focus on the stuff that we have evidence for. He's still got one charge of racketeering, conspiracy, 2 of sex trafficking, 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution.
Come back here, Diddy.
all right, Omar, Diddy, relax. great guy like Diddy.
Shut
Why didn't they call
Just wanna have a
They
Diddy
should have
off?
called you up. Yeah.
Could have called me up to the stand. I would have not said that
Okay,
on
does
the
everyone
road.
rest, or do you want to cross-examine each other's
Diddy,
whole
great guy
statement?
like Diddy. Oh, yeah?
Come back here, Diddy.
Yeah, see, I'll play your clip. Play my clip, I'll play your clip.
I guess while the jury was not present, the judge addressed Diddy directly about his decision not to testify in his own defense. And Diddy said, "I'm doing great, Your Honor. I've been wanting to tell you thank you. You're doing an excellent job. Thank you. I appreciate it." And he said, "This was my decision, Your Honor. It was solely his decision and not really, like, I guess he could have. The defense didn't advise him not to, but it was his decision not to. In my opinion, usually when you don't, it's because you don't think it's going to help anything, and you're probably going to talk yourself into a corner and screw yourself over. So now I think the process is in the jury's hands, and we'll see what happens with Diddy's future."
Well, you know, the problem here is that if for some reason he is I don't think it will happen, but if for some reason they find him innocent, not guilty, whatever, you know what that means for us.
Party.
No.
Oh, for a freak off?
No, not a freak
big
off.
freak off.
No, our picture goes off the wall at Mel's, and they put his pictures back on the wall.
Ah, are they going to put it on right afterwards?
Yeah,
I feel like
that
he
was-
still gets, it's kind of like OJ status. Like, even if you're innocent, aren't you just kind of like tainted?
I don't know where the art news story is that aired when they put up our picture, but I believe it said in the news that Klein Allie Show decided to go give their picture to all Mel's diners that were taking Diddy off the wall, and that they will remain on until the end of the trial. So if he is I'm just saying
So we're
selfishly.
going to have to do the walk of shame back to Mel's.
We have to take our
if
picture
he's
back.
found innocent, and then bring in a bunch of pictures of Diddy.
Yeah, we're going to have to give him. I think they have the Diddy pictures. Those are just sitting.
Oh, yeah, because the guy said he put it in his drawer
Yeah, they're like
or whatever.
they're like in the walk-in
They
freezer.
didn't throw it away.
He didn't chuck them yet. He wanted to wait and see how the trial
He
turned
just has
out.
a drawer of canceled celebrities.
But
Like, one day I'll be able to bring this back out.
On the wall at the Mel's in Hollywood and Highland,
Yeah.
right when you walk in, there's a giant giant picture where Diddy used to be that has been ripped out. All you see is the edges of that picture and then a tiny little picture.
I
of
know,
Allie
because
and I.
ours is so much smaller than the original.
I think it's still there, though. We have listeners that tag us at least once a week that say they found it. But anyway, if he's found not guilty or innocent, bye-bye. Our claim to fame on the wall of Mel's goes away forever.
Now I'm kind of interested in if he is going to be innocent. That process will suck for us. All right.
I don't want to lose that picture.
I don't either.
It's one of the things I'm the most
our
proud of.
$0 marketing
here
campaign.
it is. Hold on. This is them talking about this is them saying our picture will go down.
Hollywood's iconic Mel's Drive-In has removed all photos of Sean Diddy Combs from its celebrity wall. Combs' photos were replaced by a picture of KROQ's Klein and Allie of the Klein Allie show. The diner says it will bring the photo back if he is found not guilty.
So this is what we have at stake right now. Our picture goes off the wall at Mel's and Diddy goes back on. How crazy.
It's kind of crazy that they're just going to put it right back on the wall.
I know. Like, what's going to happen to us?
All right.
The guy just counting down.
Yeah, we should get the guy from Mel's on the phone to at least agree.
He probably doesn't even remember.
No.
He's going to be like, what are you talking
And he's
about?
probably
Oh, that
watching
dumb
that,
thing?
I said that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, all right. I just hope we stay on the wall.
Vanessa, get him on, please.
Yeah, get the guy from Mel's on. Right? Maybe at least he can move us to the bathroom or something.
So you may have heard about this horrible boat accident that happened in Tahoe. And if you have ever been or had the luxury of being on a boat, usually there is one person who knows what they're doing and 7 wasted people who are not thinking about anything that has to do with the boat or the safety at all. And that was not the case with this group, and their names have finally been released, the people who unfortunately lost their lives because of this freak storm that happened. It was, I guess, sunny, and then 45 minutes later, all of a sudden there were 40 to 45 mile an hour winds, 8-foot waves, and they, were experienced. One of the guys who died is a DoorDash executive, and he split his time between the Bay Area and Tahoe. So it's not like they were just tourists who didn't know what they were doing. They were out on the lake often. And so him and his wife wasn't on the boat, thankfully, but him and his parents were. They had an uncle, and then they had some friends that they were all visiting. So there were a group of 8 of them. Now their names have been released. There were like some conflicting, like, oh, there's 6 people and 2 missing. We think they might be okay. And then unfortunately they were able to find the rest of them. But his wife is issuing a statement, obviously saying that she's devastated, and they have a 7-month-old daughter. But what's crazy is that my mom, that's where we're going for 4th of July. My mom sent me this over the weekend and was like, be careful in Tahoe. And I was like, this is what moms do best. They send devastating information that's going to freak you out.
Yep.
And they do it to say, hey, I love you. I just want you to be safe. But it's just so, they've said this has never happened. This has just never happened in Tahoe to have a freak storm like this out of nowhere. I've never heard winds like this or a change happening so quickly in a place that has pretty consistent weather conditions.
It's so funny because I'm supposed to go to Mexico next week because I stand in solidarity with all of our Southern California friends.
You got any more tacos?
And my mom sent me an article yesterday that said the first hurricane of the season has started.
How do moms do it?
And I'm like, what are you trying to do? Like, what do you want me to not go now?
It's
because
like
there's a
they're
hurricane
thinking,
churning?
my kid is going to this location. Let me look up that location and see what devastating things have happened so I can share them with my child.
That's why, Omar, your mom you don't really have a relationship with your mom. You should consider yourself lucky because she's never sending you little tidbits
She's
to ruin
like, hope
your
you
fun.
die in Tahoe.
Yeah, she's never sending you that stuff.
I will treasure that no love that I have.
As you should.
If you do go on vacation, there is a trend this summer of not going with anybody. So the single vacation and not going to like a beach or resort like what you're doing, Klein. People are going on retreats, and they're going to wellness retreats, silent retreats. Some people are going on book retreats where they just read the entire time.
Oh, my thing's wellness.
It is?
Yeah, I didn't pick it. My wife picked it. It's like I didn't realize it either. I saw the menu of one of the restaurants. It's not good food.
Really?
It's like
so. It's like
I don't know. It's
raw food diets and stuff to cleanse.
I thought I was reading like a soap menu of so I was like, oh, this place has its own soap menu. That must be fancy, and it's food. It's all food.
What?
And I was
You're
like,
going to like one of these like White Lotus type places?
Or are they going to take your phone? You're going to be so miserable.
Oh my God, Klein!
And it's a wellness thing. And I looked at it, and I'm telling you right now, I'll bring out the menu tomorrow. There's not one thing on the menu that I've ever eaten before that I would even know what it is.
Dude,
like,
not even like, hey, we raise our cattle.
No, it's not cattle. No such thing.
Cattle. Ugh, get out of here.
You're going to have to leave that resort, dude.
It's like, I'm going to bring, what I'm doing? I'm smuggling food into Mexico, which they try to shut down when you do that because they don't want you have to declare you're bringing food in. I'm going to sneak a rotisserie
steak
chicken
in your butt
from Costco. I'll put steak in my butt.
Jimmy's bit, huh?
I'm gonna bring in. You know what I'm gonna do?
Smuggling a rotisserie chicken in my butt.
I'm gonna do Johnny's bit. Stealing Johnny's bit.
Sneaking rotisserie chicken into Mexico.
You think it's a big deal to do it at an AMC in Burbank? Wait till you see me do it into Mexico.
Rectally.
That's gonna be viral. Anyway, we'll get into a brand new hour of the show after this. It will be the greatest hour of your life. Hopefully, that's next on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning. Just after 8 o'clock here on a Wednesday, we are Klein Alley Show, making our way into 4th of July week. And you better believe we've got a decent show planned for you today. We should have been phoning it in, probably, but instead we're going to bring in the legend, Kevin Ryder, on with us next hour. Hopping on the lie detector test, Lie Day Friday on a Wednesday, because why the hell not? If you got questions you've ever wondered about the disappearance from KROQ, the return to KROQ, anything you heard over the 30 years he was doing Kevin and Bean, he will be answering all things very honestly on the lie detector test. Some of these questions Omar generated, they are good, juicy questions.
Well, Omar knows the most about the history. He knows about the skeletons in the closet. That's why he's never been fired.
That's right. It's
true.
No one can fire Omar because he will burn this place to the ground.
I got a lot of stuff,
That's why he's always rolling audio. Even Allie and I having personal conversations off the air with our wives.
Oh, yeah. Want to play one of those, Klein?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd rather you did not. I would much rather you did not.
Okay, I won't.
I'm sure, but you keep it in the fold. He plays just enough to let us know he's got him. He's got it all.
That's true.
You know, Omar also used to sell ecstasy at work.
That's right.
So
that's
he's
true.
rolling more than
everybody.
But he sold ecstasy to the bosses. So once again, he's like somehow in the clear. I don't know how it works.
That's true.
It's wild.
I gotta sell ecstasy, get some leverage.
Do some man versus machine this hour. Figure out if humanity stands a chance against the AI takeover. We'll get to that. We also have Chad Kroger. Half of Chad and JT go deep. As you know, he's one of the party bros. He's constantly in City Hall arguing for important issues like getting Paul Walker a statue.
Yeah, or settling the beef between Vin Diesel and The Rock.
Yeah, he's got big, important issues to handle. Of course, remember, he was trying to get everyone to tan their beeholes for a while as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, and, of course, the Small Dong March. The last time they were in our studio is when we were spreading the word about their Small Dong March. And he'll be on with us to give Allie some tips because tonight's the night that Allie is heading to City Hall to fight for our fight for free air.
Yeah, apparently I've been told by my wife not to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said this is an embarrassment. Because it's our local city hall meeting. I'm like, no, we're not going to see these people again.
That is an embarrassment.
You guys aren't upstanding citizens or anything like that?
They're going to be like some weird lesbian was ranting about air. Moving on.
Yeah, by the way, that's like, I wouldn't even say that's one of the top 10 most embarrassing things you've done this week.
Thank you.
Is she familiar with this show at all?
That'll be nice.
When we get back, a controversy involving a babysitter. Ooh, get ready. It's X-rated. We'll get to it next on KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein Allie's show, and you are about to get super heated. Or potentially, you will say that Allie is in the wrong yet again. The choice is yours. Decide for yourself.
Well, I want to know if
I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
If I'm the a-hole or if this person is the a-hole. And as you know, it's tough to find anybody who can consistently babysit who is not $1,000 an hour or is not going to just ghost you.
It's one of the main reasons I would recommend you do not have children. Use condoms, even though they don't feel good. Pull out whatever.
Rough.
Finding anyone, especially if you don't have family that lives nearby, finding anyone to watch kids is...
you had Johnny watch your kids, and it was a disaster.
Disaster.
And that's because you've been through like 20 babysitters in the last year.
Yeah, and I don't know if that says something about me or my kids or just the idea that no one wants to sit around. Growing up, I remember you'd find
everybody babysat.
Yeah, some zit-faced 13-year-old that had braces, and they would just sit there in your living room.
Oh,
and
yeah, Mr. Klein.
Give them a couple of bucks and tell them they could eat stuff in the fridge, and everyone was happy. Kids were alive. Now that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, now it's like you got to go through a service. You got to do a background check. You got to have a consultation, a meeting, and all this stuff. So anyway,
Plus, all these kids are independently wealthy now because they're like, dude, I made $60,000 on TikTok last month. I'm not going to take your $11 to watch your kid. I'm sorry.
No, it's not worth it. So we found a person who's great, and we use her every once in a while. She was available, and she not only shows up on time, she shows up early. She shows up always with a little gift or a little like craft for her to do with our kid.
She brings an activity?
Yeah. She'll go to Target and pick up like a little thing for them to paint.
Dude, how much are you paying this person?
She's
this
$25
is
an hour.
insane.
$25 an hour.
And
that seems low. That seems great.
I know. So then also, if he goes to bed, when he goes to bed, she's one of those people who, quote, can't sit still. She just can't sit there and watch Netflix. She's got to clean the house.
Wow.
So
What?
anything
Jackpot.
that's around, like laundry that needs to be folded,
What?
dishes, yeah, she'll clean
Come
the
on.
countertops.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, dude. And so I've been very, very nice to her because I can't lose. And we don't even have her consistently. It's just if we do a random date night.
How available is she? Like the best part
She
of
loves to work. So she has a family that she works with full time. But then if there's like an evening, Saturday, Friday night, whatever, she also wants to get some extra hours and stuff. She's working, her husband doesn't live in the country, and she's trying to support her kids and her mom and all this stuff.
I get rejected so often by babysitters that it brings me right back to when I was trying to date. And it is like every time I send the text, I just sit there and wait, please. And she goes, yeah, it's not you. It's just
and
me.
You see the bubbles come and go.
Yeah, don't take it personally. I'm just into another kid. Right? I'm like, oh my God.
I'm into another kid.
It's like such a rejection feeling I get. So to get one, Allie, that you have that's semi-reliable,
and
you've already hit the jackpot.
She says, don't worry about coming home. I have babysat from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. before. I have no problem staying up. She's one of those people like Omar who's like a super sleeper. Like she's fine on like 4 hours.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, we tell her to come at 7. She comes at 6:45. Like I said, she always comes early. We always catch up because we haven't seen her in a while. We're chatting. We're updating her on stuff with our kid. Blah blah blah. We leave at 8 something. We come back at 1:30 in the morning. I'm wasted, as you well know. She leaves probably before 2 o'clock. We talked another 15, 20 minutes when we got back, and then she left. So the next morning, I was like, I don't even remember when we got back. How much do I owe you? And she was like, well, I showed up early, and then I left just before 2, so it's a total of, she added on the time that we spent talking.
Well, she should have charged you double for you talking.
No.
Yeah, man, that's rough.
Do you remember any of the conversation?
Well, I don't remember any of the conversation when I got back.
Was it her being like, I got to go now, and you being like, hold on, one more story?
I didn't tell you about it. I got tacos. I'm supporting you.
I've got another accent I do. This poor woman's probably trying to leave so many times. She's giving Allie the art project.
And in the past, we have sat and talked for half an hour plus just talking about anything. She's a great person to talk to.
She charged you, though, for the conversation.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, that's interesting that you think, because we told you come at 7. So she thinks as soon as she arrives, door to door. Start the clock. But if you're there at 6:45, wouldn't you think I'm going to get there a little early just to get the lay of the land, get any updates on bedtimes, whatever behaviors, dinner, etc.? And if we're catching up and chatting, because we talk about her and her family.
Do you tip normally on top or no?
I don't know. Are you supposed to tip a babysitter?
Yeah, of course.
Especially if she exceeds your expectations like this lady does. This lady sounds amazing.
So I know what she did. Okay.
She's giving herself a tip?
She's giving herself a tip because she realizes you don't tip. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You tip every time you have a babysitter?
Every time.
How much do you tip?
The equivalent of probably a half an hour.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you got to.
I've done a roundup before.
Well,
but every time I'm like, oh, hey, I sent you, does this amount work with the hours? And she goes, sure, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's
it's
a way
fine.
of being annoyed. Yeah, you got to throw a little on top, a little juice on top.
Well,
I'm just saying, because if not, listen, maybe
I got to keep her happy. I got to keep.
If you find one that's a winner, you got to keep them. There's nothing more valuable. I mean, that's why it sucks, because you're right. They're very few and far between. I'll leave my kid with anyone now. A lamp, a parolee. I don't care anymore. I used to have standards. Now
Someone forced
care.
to give me that sitter's number. I'll give her $40 an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say, Allie one time was going to give me one of hers, and I was like, I will steal this bitch from you right now.
This is the one I was talking to you about.
Great.
And you wouldn't.
I'll double her. I'm telling you.
No, I even thought, though, maybe I shouldn't send her your information, because I didn't want, A, you to steal her, and B, her to go, who the hell did you recommend to me?
Yeah, that's probably
this person is a nightmare.
Yeah, she goes like her hair's on fire.
Dude, Klein, you got to poach it, dude. You got to poach the babysitter.
Don't poach. No, I'll pay double.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm telling you right now.
What?
I know, Allie, that I got friends, like real friends, that are no longer friends, not with us, but friends that have lost friends because of the poaching of a babysitter, where someone, they had someone, they tipped someone off, then the other person was like, this is a better opportunity for me over here.
Whoa.
Better house, better snacks, better money. And they basically started ghosting the original family. And as a result, couples were like, man, that's messed up. Like, it's a whole operation.
Look,
here.
and I'm happy to pay her for her time, because she is great. And it wasn't like I was like, oh, you bitch. Like, I was just like, wow, I didn't realize she's charging from the moment she walks in.
Time is time, Allie. Time is time. Meanwhile, had Allie had better stories or conversation, maybe she wouldn't have charged her. Maybe it's based on how good the conversation is.
Okay. 323, Allie's going to lose a good thing just for a couple of dollars. Well, that's my ammo.
That's her mantra right there.
Lost girlfriends and more.
Take a quick break. When we get back, a hero will be born, and we'll have some help along the way. The great Chad Kroger, the Party Bros, Chad Goes Deep, will be on with us to help get ready for our big fight against City Hall, and that is next.
KROQ has your chance to get ready for a summer to remember at the all-new Universal Mega Movie Summer, happening June 13th to August 10th at Universal Studios Hollywood. Meet your favorite characters, experience soak-worthy thrills, purchase movie-themed foods, and join the ultimate party in the park for the best summer day in L.A. Listen for your chance to get cast in the role of a winner of a 4-pack of tickets at 9, noon, 3, and 6. Lights, KROQ, action! More info at KROQ.com. Rated KROQ.
All right, it's time for the premiere that the world never asked for, but we're going to give it to you anyway. Allie had the balls, and you can see them in the video. To try on.
Never too old for those.
To try on what was at once Omar's biggest fetish, panty haul videos, all the rage on YouTube. It's models or usually attractive people trying on underwear. They claim it's so that other women can buy good underwear for them, but we're pretty sure it's just a bunch of perverted guys watching it.
Yeah, which I did watch some other panty hauls before I made mine, and it doesn't seem like anyone is doing what I'm doing.
Well, there's a
usually
reason.
they kind of like sex it up, yeah, or they'll do like lacy underwear or thong underwear. So I haven't clicked on the link either. So
Allie, we're gonna watch this for the first time. This is Allie's video. It's on YouTube as well. It is our way of celebrating 100,000 subscribers to KROQ's YouTube channel, where you can watch our show live every morning. So
Okay.
I'm gonna click on this. Hold on one second, and we're gonna listen to this together. If you'd like to be a part of this world premiere, this is Allie doing her first and last ever panty haul. Well, I shouldn't say last ever. Who knows? Maybe it's super successful.
I don't think this is going to be successful. I really don't know why I've built up to this at all. It's going to be highly disappointing.
Also, all the panty haul videos get tens of thousands minimum, if not hundreds of thousands of views.
Millions of views.
Yeah,
mostly all just Omar
because of the quality of the panties.
So whenever you're ready, I'm going to hit play. We're all going to watch this for the first time. This is Allie's panty haul video.
It's on the YouTube Shorts on KROQ's YouTube page if you want to follow along.
All right, so here we go. Whenever you're ready, hit it and go.
I got 3 different brands of granny panties from Amazon. Let's try them on.
First, I started with the H. Pavov high-waist ladies knickers with soft stretch in a 5-pack.
Hold on, pause it. I had to pause it on mine already.
I'm telling you,
you
don't want this.
They are so big. I've never seen a bigger pair of underwear in my life.
Why are you lunging?
Because I wanted to show them that you can move around and they won't move.
And karate kicking for any reason? Why the karate kicks?
Just because I was feeling myself.
Okay.
That's what you have to do
just spit out my
creative
coffee.
things. You can't just stand there.
Are these underwear for comedy's sake, or are they for real? Like, would someone wear these for real?
No, these are real. They had
For real,
they had
someone wear
comedic
these.
ones that were like, like gag gifts.
These aren't
I
the
didn't buy
comedic
those.
ones?
No.
They're pretty funny.
They're really
They're
real.
so funny.
Okay, let's keep going.
The breathable was right. These retail for $11.99 on Amazon. No camel toe.
Okay.
Oh, God, they're pulled up so... Wow.
I'm being
Allie.
sexy in them, though.
They
But
are
you see me
snug.
doing a little pout?
I will give you
I was
credit.
doing a pouty face.
You have... I'm telling you,
Outgross myself.
this is your new low. It really is. But
I was thinking that as I was shooting it
there's your
upstairs
tattoo.
while
Hold
my... No.
Oh, you see her tramp stamp?
Okay.
Yeah. It's that weird thing on her belly button.
Okay, it's not
That's
a weird
blob.
thing on my belly. It was something until I got pregnant. Now it is kind of a blob. Let's keep going.
I also really enjoyed the color selection, and you can easily move around without them slipping.
I'm moving around.
Next up was the Petit Wiz's women's underwear 4-pack high-waist cotton gusset Nishamande 4-waist stretch.
These are cutting off the circulation just a little bit. Don't know how it's going to hold.
Pause again. Hold on. I need more of that
These I
tequila.
just had.
Let me add that tequila bottle over here. I got to do another shot.
You want another shot?
Where's the bottle? Is it still here? Can I pour this in my eyes, you think? Allie, hold on.
This is what you were being so complimentary of me during the show. I'm like, clearly he hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen the video yet. Now I've seen it for the first time. I mean, I can't believe how much you're really going for it here.
When I lose a bet and I do something, I say I'm going to do it. I really do it.
Yeah, and this is the
I
week.
had to film this while my in-laws were downstairs watching TV.
This is the first swipe left I've seen all day.
Okay, thank you, Jake.
There is, first of all,
my kids saw this video.
People are loving it. I mean,
bro, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go check out that teaser that Allie put up of that Panty haul or whatnot.
I mean, people cannot say enough good things about it, Al. You're getting rave reviews.
Just calling to say that Allie's freaking my granny panty haul was looking a little bit hot. Like, Allie, you looking a little milfy, girl. What the hell?
You look a little milfy, girl. All right, moving on. We only have about 25 seconds left of this.
Okay, so I put on a pair of... Are you at the blue polka dot ones yet?
Hold on. You're still wearing this weird black matching set here.
Oh, okay.
These I just had.
So the blue ones I just had, so I put those on. No.
And finally, for $7.19, Warner's Women's Blissful Benefits Breathable Moisture Wicking Microfiber Briefs. These came in toasted almond, butterscotch, and black.
Don't breathe. Right, if you plan on staying in this position all day, these are a great buy.
But there was one more option I heard about, and I couldn't post the video without trying. These were a 10 out of 10.
All right.
Get yours at the KROQ shop.
That's not a
Just
thing
kidding, that
anymore.
doesn't exist.
All right.
Bye.
Great video. Wow. What a surprising end to that whole thing. I didn't even see that coming.
It ends in me in a diaper.
Not enough tequila in the world for that one. Allie, well done.
Check it out on the YouTube Shorts.
Worth it for that last shot of you wearing the official KROQ Klein Alley Show rock pants. We're going to get out of here.
Goodbye.
What a
Mwah.
fitting song to wrap up that chat with. This is messy. Sure is. Takeaways next, KROQ. coming back to the airwaves, someone that I would consider a friend of the show, but more importantly, a friend of humanity, a friend of Southern California Stoke. He is known as the savant of Stoke, and Allie, over the years, Chad Kroger of Chad and JT have fought so many good fights. I mean, I've got some audio of some of the many times they've appeared in front of different city councils around Southern California. Here's some examples.
Vin Diesel and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson have been beefing ever since Dwayne called Vin a candy ass.
I mean, he is really attempting to solve problems. This is his buddy JT.
What up, council? I'm here to discuss artificial intelligence. AI is going to take all of our jobs and render us useless. And I, for one, am stoked. I hate jobs.
And even just the power that KROQ has had on them over the years is evident when he decided to invent this new way of tanning our beeholes, and he brought up
as a result of Weenie Roast.
As a result of Weenie Roast, this was one of the many conversations that was captured. Of course, millions and millions of views of the times that they infiltrate these city council meetings. But here was the time that he brought up KROQ.
What up, council? My name is Chad Kroger. First, I just want to say I'm truly honored to be addressing you in these hollow halls. And I'm here today to promote an amazing new holistic practice. This is something I accidentally discovered at my first Weenie Roast. During the Lumineers set, I passed out face down, nude, and spread eagle in the sun. And soon thereafter, security woke me up, and I was surprised at how lucid I was. I was expecting to be sloshed, but here's the thing. I wasn't. In fact, I had so much energy, I moshed super hard to Limp Bizkit, and even had the courage to DM Lindsay Donovan, who didn't respond, but I saw on Instagram that she had a really nice time, so I was stoked.
Public comments are supposed to...
This is when they usually get really upset. Now, this is the moment that's always the funniest for me, is that after they get their piece
Their
out,
3 minutes.
then the people argue, like the old people argue about what if this is even worth their time. So listen to this.
I was stoked.
Public comments are supposed to be items that are within the jurisdiction of the city of Irvine, and this so far is not. So the public speaker is allowed to speak about something that is within the jurisdiction of the city of Irvine, but this subject matter is not.
But this is a holistic practice that I think will radically change everyone's lives. So,
Mr. Melching, do we not have sunshine in the city of Irvine?
See, then you get some of the old people that start defending Chad.
I know, I love it.
And then there's this guy who sounds like he's on death's door.
Point of order, man.
Point of order. That guy could use some...
nothing left.
So, listen, of all of the many fights that they have fought over the years, this includes fighting for house parties, prolonging the 4th of July to be an even longer event because it's such a Stoke-filled day, banning billionaires,
Oh, yeah, in general.
the new national anthem. I mean, they have really fought the good fight for us all, and now returning to KROQ to help Allie, who is going to be in front of City Hall for the very first time of her entire life tonight. You're making your maiden voyage into City Hall tonight.
Yes, and I wanted to ask you, Chad, how many of your appearances in City Hall have actually resulted in change?
Oh, good question. We've been there 78 times. And I believe that the council has enacted none of our initiatives.
Zero. You're 0 for 78 is your record?
Unfortunately, yeah. Luckily we have the people support. So, I mean, just last week we were at the council and we spoke, and this guy Daryl was like, I really liked what you said up there. So I know we're making a step in the right direction. But,
When a guy named Daryl says the great job?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a good guy. I mean, he runs an ice cream shop on Pico.
Cool.
The reason Chad, by the way, Chad is at Chad Goes Deep, and everyone knows this. The reason Allie is going tonight to City Hall is because she feels that there is a scam that is happening all over Southern California where gas stations are attempting to charge for air, even though we live in a state that offers free air. I'm talking about, think of all the things you use air for. You could fill up rafts for chilling, good Stoke by the pool, flat tire on your beach cruiser.
Inflate a basketball.
Do that funny thing where you make your cheeks get really big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wait, so gas stations, in the air machine, that's just straight oxygen?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's air.
Oh. It's just air?
Mm-hmm. What did you think it was?
I thought it was special air, but I mean, this is huge. Thank you, Allie, for bringing this to my attention. I had no idea they were charging for air.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize you didn't know what was in the box.
Yeah, we should probably start there. We should have started at the beginning.
But what happens, Chad, is that they have these card readers on those little machines where they say it's $2.50 for 4 minutes or whatever, and if you just go into the gas station and say turn on the air, they have to do it because they're not supposed to charge you. And I've been very passionate about letting people know about this, and I'm going to make my first appearance tonight at my local city council meeting, but I'm a little nervous, Chad, because I don't know how much effort it takes to actually get in front of that microphone and speak your piece.
Oh, that's the beautiful thing about, the Constitution is with freedom of speech, you go to the council, you fill out a speaker form, they say, what are you speaking on? And you're saying air. Okay. And then, at public comment, you go up and you say, what up, council? This charging for air when there's an abundance in the world is an abomination.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, write that down. That's a good quote.
I don't have to say anything that's related to the agenda items. I can just speak on whatever I want.
No, but a little council hack. Don't tell the council I said this, but if you want more time, you can say there's something on the agenda for like parking meters. You could say, I'm going to speak on the parking meter agenda, and then you could say, hey, council, parking meters are kind of whack, but that brings me to my real issue.
I see.
You guys are charging for air.
Right,
so
okay.
That's a little life hack for you.
Thanks, Chad.
We're officially in the most fun party time of the year, I would imagine, with all the weather and, the 4th of July, which is one of the things you attempted to I think you wanted to make it a week long because it was such a good time. How are you celebrating your summer 2025, Chad?
Dude, I'm going to get a fat raft, which is, Allie, I'm glad you brought this air thing because I was going to fill it up at the gas station. So
there you go.
I hope that I'm going to get a huge raft with my fiance, and we're just going to cruise out into the ocean.
Yeah.
And have some brews, and I'm going to try to bring a grill out there. We'll see how that plays.
Oh,
but,
man.
Sounds safe.
I try to be on water the whole day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's smart. The more you're on water, the more stoke, right? Water breeds stoke for the most part.
Yeah, so we'll see how, I don't have enough for a boat, but I do have enough for a raft, so we'll see how the fireworks and grill play out there.
That sounds great. Is there any chance Allie gets thrown out tonight? Like, you've talked about some very controversial things. Is there any chance that when Allie says she wants to speak about free air at the gas stations that they actually toss her out?
You could fire up, some council members could have like a strong air initiative where they're trying to charge more air. So you could fire one of them up. But thanks to our founding fathers and the Constitution, they can't throw you out. So you may just get into, a verbal tussle. But sometimes if you speak at the wrong meeting, one time we went to speak at a school board meeting and we didn't realize it was the school board, and we were talking about, having 3 weenie roasts a year.
Oh.
And they were like, this is the school board. And I'm like, well, doesn't this apply to students as well? But they weren't having it. So make sure it's the right meeting.
You've never been thrown out, though, of a city council meeting?
We have been thrown out of a planning commission meeting in Orange, California. I'm not going to name the planning commission guy's name, but he was not too pleased. I think what we were speaking on, we wanted to have all the schmoles, which are the undesirables in the friend group, go to Catalina Island. And I think
that's a good idea. You're saying every group of friends that has their schmole, they're that one friend that's in the group, but they could all kind of be happy to not have that friend in the group. We ship them all off to Catalina where they live.
Exactly.
That's a
Catalina.
Whole island of schmoles.
The schmoles of Catalina.
That's a great. I don't know how that didn't pass. Hold on, you're saying
run
that
way less ferries back and forth.
Chad, that didn't pass unanimously.
Well, I think the guy on the council was a schmole. So
it's so true.
Got it. Yep.
I feel like most people on city council are probably schmoles.
Yeah, that is the island of the schmoles, city council. Well, listen, this is fascinating.
Thanks for the advice. That's actually really helpful.
Chad, we always love having you on KROQ. Summer of Stoke is underway, and of course, please support all things that Chad's got going on at Chad Goes Deep. And thank you. We'll let you know Allie's going to go tonight. We'll have the audio tomorrow, and hopefully she does not let you down.
Awesome. Best of luck.
All
Thanks,
right.
Chad.
That's beautiful.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you, Chad. There he is, the great Chad Kroger. Fight's the good fight for all of us in Southern California.
I'm fired up.
Yeah.
I'm full of stoke.
Hey, if Allie loses tonight, she could probably be mayor on that island of the Schmoles.
Shut up!
So you got that going for you. It's Host your time on KROQ. try to prove that fireworks are dangerous, but all it really does is ruin a bunch of perfectly good watermelons.
And makes you go, whoa, fireworks are really cool.
Every time I see an exploding watermelon, I say, I got to get myself more fireworks and more watermelons. So anyway, this is the news that we hear a lot of this time of year. If you'd like to play the game Firework or Gunshot with us, you can call now 800-520-1067.
Fireworks are a sight to see and a classic 4th of July tradition. But it is important to remember that they are also explosives.
M80s, which is a quarter stick of dynamite, in the hands of a person when it detonates, could easily
be awesome.
Blow off their fingers or their entire hand.
Just like this unfortunate mannequin.
It's always the unfortunate mannequin. Moment of silence for all the mannequins we lose this time of year.
And now that we're in 2025, we're blowing up all the plus-size mannequins.
All the plus-size mannequins. Goodbye.
Body positivity is going away.
We don't need you. So if you'd like to play the game with us now, we play you just a little clip of something that is either a firework or a gunshot, since that's the game you're going to be playing with your neighbors.
What's that one?
That's a mannequin that we should blow up. That's
An unfortunate mannequin.
That's a plus-size
yep.
mannequin. Play it again. Let's hear that plus-size mannequin. Here she is. Yeah, all right.
Those were my buttons on my pants.
Let's get into it. It's time for Gunshot or Firework. Here we go.
When you live in LA, you hear nightly. Not that. That's just Allie. Just Allie. Here at KROQ, talking about the sound that happens on your block. Firework or gunshot.
All right, what do we got to give you right now? Wow, you will get, if you are successful in winning this game, you will get the ultimate backyard barbecue bag, complete with, look at this, a tiny towel and a dented can of Jake Shack beans. Allie just tried to stack them up for the YouTube, and she tipped them all over. There she goes. So that's Jake Shack beans. Beans made in Jake's shack where he lives, and a tiny towel that can only be used for PG fluids or to clean your grill.
Yeah.
Now we've got it. That's quite a gift. Of course, if you'd prefer, we'll just send you to Universal with 4 tickets there as well. All right. Let's go ahead and find a contestant right now. This is Colleen. Colleen would like to play the game. She's calling from Chatsworth. Good morning, Colleen.
Jake Shack beans.
Jake Shack beans. Everyone's excited about Jake Shack beans, and I don't blame you. Thank you, Colleen, for getting in on the fun. I'm going to play for you a clip right now, and all you have to do is decide, is this a firework or is this a gunshot? It's the game you'll be playing with your neighbors and your family starting now, pretty much through the end of August, so here we go.
Gunshot.
I'll give it to you one more time. The 50-50 chance of getting it right. Listen closely.
Gunshot.
You're locked in on gunshot now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good guess. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it sounds like one of those long ones.
See, it's funny because whenever I hear the noise after the original pop, like, you know, the pop, 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 when I hear the noise after, I assume those are other things falling back down to earth. But I'm not good at this. I never do well. She's locked in on gunshot. Show me gunshot. Those are gunshots. Congratulations. 3 mannequins got killed. You are the proud winner. Congratulations of your very own can of Jake Shack beans and a tiny towel. Congratulations, and thank you for playing the game with us.
Would you like Jake to sign your beans?
Howdy.
All right. She's very excited. Okay, hold on one second. We'll give those Universal tickets to someone else because she's too excited about the can of beans. So we will come back with those tickets for you, find out what's going on in the news, and then the actual fun can begin. Kevin Ryder in the KROQ studios in the morning, like he should be. And a lie detector test will be happening live on the air. It's all coming up this morning here on KROQ.
Klein, Allie Show. The world famous KROQ. KROQ.
June gloom. Not at Well River.
Johnny, thank you for your service. Johnny's in here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no,
that wasn't that funny.
Allie just spit up her call. Your mic's on.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't hear myself. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
It's your own headphones, you idiot.
You were sporting the camouflage.
What happened? You came in here, we had our logos on the TVs, and then you came in here and screwed it all up.
I tried to fix it.
It was working fine. Everything looked great in
No,
here.
we had the one logo, and the other one was like showing the news, so I'm trying to fix it.
Now you've completely ruined everything.
No, watch this. Hold on. Let me cook. Well,
we don't have time. We don't have
It's
time.
a great time for that.
We don't have time to let you cook, but thanks for coming in and ruining the TVs. We set those up for the last hour, and once again,
Justin just came in and put a beautiful video logo on one of the TVs.
We wanted to make this look more visually pleasing for those those that are watching on YouTube. Everything looked great. Johnny
All right,
sat down, hit a button, and ruined everything.
Last time I tried to fix anything, try to help. All right, go ahead.
But you didn't. But what was to help?
I was
couldn't do it
because
early.
there was one logo on one TV and there's nothing on the other one, so I was trying to help with the second
And
one.
now there's no logos on both of the
and
TVs.
this remote accidentally activated both
the
TVs.
remote did nothing. You screwed it all up.
This remote accidentally?
Because look, it's linked to both TVs, so when I tried to aim it at one, it messed up the other one because they're both linked together.
Didn't mess up anything. You messed up
There's
everything.
no denying that. I pushed the button.
Okay,
yeah.
great. Just making sure. We had this all set up. We spent the last hour getting this looking good because these videos of Johnny in here being dumb performed very well for us on the socials. So we wanted it to look as good as possible. So we spent the last hour setting this up. He comes in here, picks up a remote, hits a button, and has now ruined all of the work that went on behind the scenes
Klein,
for an
don't
hour.
insult a soldier.
That's very on brand.
I'm sorry, John.
Yeah.
Johnny's wearing his camouflage shirt today. I apologize. Thank you once again.
We can't see him anyway.
You paid the ultimate price. I don't even know if Johnny's in here right now. So somehow that remote just turned the channel by itself. Let's get into some Johnny Doesn't Know space. 800-520-1067 up for grabs tickets. Allie,
A lot of space in his brain.
no time to play the intro. Let's just get right to the game.
Okay.
All you have to do is predict whether or not Johnny will know the answers to these very simple questions about outer space. He doesn't know a lot, as we were talking about the astronauts returning.
And the astronauts that are leaving.
But-
and the all-female space crew. A lot of space talk.
Say hi to Aaron in East L.A. All you got to do is predict will he or will he not know. Here we go. Aaron, you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, question.
Morning.
Good morning. Johnny's last appearance in here when he was doing Johnny Doesn't Know Money is trending and going quite viral online right now as he was unsure as to how much money 10,000 pennies actually was. But maybe he'll know this one. Neil Armstrong, Johnny, one time landed on the moon and said one small step for man, and then what did he say? Will Johnny know this, yes or no?
It's Friday. I think he will.
Wow.
Okay. Johnny, Neil Armstrong landed on the moon and said one small step for man, and then what?
One giant leap for mankind.
Whoa, Johnny.
Johnny got it right. That's a soldier.
Let's go.
Hold on, Aaron. You got it right. Hang tight. That is a correct answer from Aaron. Good
He knows
prediction.
his stuff.
He's dead, right?
Say hi to Jen in Koreatown. What's up, Jen? Welcome to KROQ. Good morning.
Hi, guys. Happy Friday, sweet dish.
Happy Friday, Johnny. A group of stars that appear to resemble a shape, like the Big Dipper, or potentially a person like Orion, are called what? Group of stars that resemble a shape are called what? Will Johnny know this, Jen?
No. Sorry.
All right, with not a lot of confidence, she
And laughter.
says no. Johnny, you do look a bit dumbfounded by this, but it's a group of stars that resemble a shape, potentially a person. They are called what?
Well, it's a cluster, right? Because they're all grouped together. Like in math, I remember my algebra teacher saying a group of numbers on this side of the quadrant is a cluster. So math and space are like kind of like together.
How do you get there?
Because you got to like do a lot of math in order to build the rocket and to go into space. Same with the astronauts. So a cluster is where we're at right now.
I'm so confused by that
Yeah,
answer.
I am too. Jen, good job. Jen said you wouldn't know, and you did not know. It starts with a C, but it's not cluster.
Not
Con-
cluster? Comet.
No.
Connection.
No.
Number connection.
No.
Number connection.
A const.
A constant number.
A constel.
Console.
No.
Console what?
Constellation.
Constellation?
There he is.
Constellation? Is that what that is?
There he is.
Stars have their constellations.
I thought that
in
was the
sky.
name of the ship, though, that they go into space in. Like, don't they name every ship that they go into? Voyager?
Well,
Say hi to Jasmine.
Well, they name their ships, but just that doesn't mean they're not.
USS Constellation?
Johnny, we're talking about space, I think. Still.
I don't
Jasmine, you ready to go?
Yes.
In case any of you think Johnny is faking this, we did have him on the lie detector last week, and we asked, does he ever attempt to sound dumber than he is? And he said, no, he does not, and that was the truth. So this is real deal Johnny for you. Here we go, Johnny. Johnny, in your opinion, what is the funniest planet? Will Johnny get this right? Jasmine, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Johnny, what is the funniest planet?
Pluto.
No.
Pluto?
No,
Why is that one
nothing
funny?
You just
about
said, in my opinion,
But
what
that's
is...
wrong. But your opinion's wrong.
You just said...
There's one planet
There's
that's
one planet.
obviously
Pluto.
the funniest one.
Pluto.
There's a funny planet.
And
Yeah, 'cause
Pluto,
it's a
and she's
planet.
right. Pluto's not
Pluto's
even
not a planet.
Yeah, but like that's the funny gag about it. It's like,
That's
is it
the
a planet?
funny
Is it
gag.
not?
That's not the funny gag.
It's like the
about it.
validation of the
There is
planet.
one funny planet that is funny at any time you hear it. It's funny.
And they're trying to change the pronunciation and make it not like this.
Yeah,
and they're not.
They're trying to make it unfunny.
Yep.
How many of them were there again? The planets? 6, right?
You don't even know, Johnny?
6.
Earth, Sun, Saturn,
Oh,
Jupiter.
God damn it.
What
do
am I?
you think
what,
that
like
the
a
sun
space-
is? Do you think the sun is a planet?
Well, we can't go there yet, so it's like, no, we can't.
You think planets are only planets if we can go there?
Listen, everything he's saying is right so far. Don't interrupt him, Allie. Johnny, the funniest planet. You're going to still stick with Pluto.
You asked in my opinion.
Right,
I think Pluto's funny.
That's wrong.
I think Pluto's funny.
What's the right answer?
Uranus.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, that is a planet.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Uranus. And they're trying to change it to Uranus.
I know. They're like, and then there's Uranus. And I'm like, no, there's not.
It's Uranus.
It's Uranus.
It's hilarious.
You know it. We know
That's
it.
toilet humor. That's not funny.
It's funny every time.
Oh, my
It's
God.
funnier than Pluto.
Pluto's funny.
We go to George in Laguna Hills. Give him a shot. This is Johnny Doesn't Know Space. We only have time for one more. Hey, what's up, George?
Hey, good morning.
Here we go. Well, Johnny thought the sun was a planet, so I don't think he's going to get this right. But, Johnny, what are stars made of? Will Johnny know this, yes or no?
No, he will not.
All right. Johnny, what are stars made of?
Is it not fire or like an explosion of something that breaks off and it's like...
So you think stars are like broken off pieces of spaceship or something?
No, broken off pieces of like a planet that got destroyed, and it's just like stays in the atmosphere, and it stays for like years and millions of years. Because we're like, remember how we're like millions of light years away from Earth to
We are on Earth, but I think you are correct about your positioning.
I think we're currently sitting on Earth right now. Last I checked.
We're 0 miles from Earth.
We're 0 light years.
I don't even think you can capture a star.
I'm currently 1 light switch from Earth, right behind you.
Right? You can't even capture like...
So what is this star made of?
Part of a planet that was broken off or destroyed.
Good job,
So you think
George.
that millions and billions of stars are all just pieces of other previous broken planets?
Look, I don't know where they came from. They just appeared one day.
Made of gas.
Gas?
That's right.
Again, hilarious.
Wait, what?
Gas from Uranus. Huh?
Really?
Yeah, that's the joke.
Oh,
so it's not real.
No, it's gas.
It is
Stars
real.
are made
Oh,
of
it's gas?
Yes.
So you can't touch it. It's just like an air
It's
thing.
burning gas.
Wow.
Did you know, Johnny, that the sun is a star?
I mean, I'm not a space guy. I'm not like a...
Clearly, you're not a space guy. Although you're a very spacey guy.
We have no problem. I mean, I don't know.
Let me ask you this, Johnny. We don't have time anymore because this was really a disgraceful performance you put on. But how high up does space start? I'm just curious. In your own opinion, when do you think space begins? How high up?
Like when it starts turning black? When the sky turns black?
Sure. Give me a number. I just want to get a sense of where you're at.
413,000 feet in the air.
413,000 feet.
72,000 feet in the air.
Oh my God, you're going less feet?
Well, because he just looked at me like that was a dumb answer, and I was just like, how am I supposed to guesstimate the feet?
62 miles from sea level is when we officially enter space.
Wow.
How many feet is that?
So not
Johnny?
even feet. That's miles. That's a whole nother. That's next week's Johnny Doesn't Know. Feet
All
and
right,
miles.
we got to take a break. Guys, you have to stop. I'm feeling dumber by listening to this. Is this guy for real?
This is tough.
Return to KROQ for the first time in a long I'm so excited for what the next half an hour is going to bring to you on KROQ because Kevin Ryder will be back in the studio. I just saw him walking through the halls, which means he's here. He woke up.
On time?
A man of his word, dude.
Whoa.
And he brought his credentials so we could get through the door, which is always a challenge. You know, he never has that little swiper key. So he's here, and he'll be on the lie detector test. I believe our lie detector guy is here as well. He's going to start setting up the equipment. We'll get to all that, and in about 5 minutes, we get you into Universal Studios. But right now, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D. News.
Thieves have gotten more and more creative over the years. It's not just money and jewelry. It's copper wire. It's catalytic converters. It's Labubu dolls. And now a man has been arrested for, and I think this is a new low, stealing from the California library. And the library was
sure
still
they're-
just happy to have him.
I'm sure they're just thrilled. Anyone go right when you go.
Hey,
come
in.
Everyone else there's just like a homeless guy bathing in the bathroom. So
What does the library have to steal, by the way, that's
dude.
worth anything?
A
Well,
microfiche?
I'm glad you asked, Omar, because he stole $10,000 worth of Nintendo Switch games that were there and available for people to check out. And they do have newish movies, you know, once
They
they
do?
reach like DVD and Blu-ray status, they get them. And then they also have new books, you know, like some of the new, like the new
those
Harry
aren't worth
Potter
anything.
book or whatever, you know, people, like things that people actually want. And I didn't realize that they had such an extensive library of Nintendo Switch games that you could check out and then, eventually bring back. I think you could probably just check it out and then never come back. It's probably an easier route, but he stole $10,000 worth of Nintendo Switch games, and now he's obviously going to go to jail for it.
God, imagine being that kid. You get the Nintendo Switch, you're all excited, and they're like, by the way, that's due back in 3 days.
And you're like,
oh, man.
Well, you have the Switch, but you're going to rent the games.
Got to rent the games. Oh, they don't even actually have the Switches there.
No, they don't have, the console. They have the games that you could, just like you'd be able to go to a Blockbuster and check out a video game and play it, and then you're like, okay, I have 1 week to play this entire game.
I don't know why the library is not doing a better job of getting the word out about this. I feel like that could bring some asses back to the library.
Can't believe this loser knew that.
Someone's probably going in there and be like, yeah, you got Switch. Shh. And then they get shushed right away, and then they just leave.
No, we're down. Not anymore, we're down.
I wonder if the library people hate the video game part,
course.
too. They're like, yeah, these kids and their games.
Trust me, they can tell. Like, when I'm there, occasionally I'll bring my kids by just to show them what a book looks like. They know that I'm not there for, I'm not a fan of the library. Like, they know that when I walk in.
You don't look like a library fan.
No.
He looks like the guy that's going to go to the corner computer and, masturbate.
Right. Right.
In that one computer that they have in, a room by itself.
Yep, that's the one.
He's like, this is it.
For, testing.
For, quote, research. Gotta do some research.
The library by my place, they know that they need to drag people in, so they have cool stuff. They have a whole, aquarium in there.
Really?
Yeah. And they have displays and stuff, and they have a whole play place area for the kids because they know that the kid is going to go spend 1 minute in the actual book area and then just go play, and they're really cool. Yeah, exactly. Play with the toys.
It's kind of like the drug dealer mentality. They use all this other cool stuff just to get you in, and then they kind of go, by the way, we got books here. And you're like, ugh, really?
The decimal system or whatever that system is.
By the way, some guy, speaking of books, Allie, is trying to gamble with me on the goat line because he does not think I'll be able to finish the 250-word book.
It's not words, it's pages.
Pages? Come on.
Yeah, dude, 250 words is easy. What's wrong with you?
We got to read a 250-page book? I thought it was words.
No, you did not. It's not words.
Well, this guy thinks that there's zero chance I'm going to finish it, and he's so convinced.
Well, yeah, now I believe him that there's zero chance.
Well, maybe I don't want to gamble with this guy
now.
The
words that we're saying to you.
Listen, the reality is this: I have read books before in my life, not usually because I want to read the book, but this guy has no confidence in me.
Hey guys, sweet dibs. This is Mark here, Klein's betting buddy, aka the guy that Klein loves to lose money to. Just wanted to say that I would love to bet Klein another $100 if he can finish a 250-plus page book. And that will need to be proven one of two ways. He can either let me know the name of the book, and I'll make an AI quiz for him, much like I do my 10-year-old child, or he can go on Lie Day Friday and pass a lie detector. Either way will work for me.
All right.
Klein, you got my DM and Instagram. Hit me up. Lose some more money to me. I'd love to see it.
Cool.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
I already owe that guy money from a bunch of bad sports bets.
Are you going to take him on this one, though?
I will take him.
Quiz?
I will take him on the $100 that I will read a 250-page book.
Somebody said on the text line that their friend's kid got a game out at the library. They rented and never brought it back, and they got charged $70 for it.
But yeah,
you do actually have to pay for important things, just not the dumb books. All right, physical violence is never encouraged with coworkers, and TV shows are no exception. A couple of actors from Cobra Kai had a very weird moment at a fan convention where Martin Kove and Alicia Hannah Kim, two of the actors from the show, they were at a fan convention and they were playfully bantering, and I guess Martin Kove decided, let's take this to the next level and I'm going to bite you.
That's cool.
Which I feel like biting is always that takes it too far. Like with kids on the playground, biting is like, no. And then with, the boxing, it seems like that's very frowned upon. I don't think biting is ever really encouraged in any situation.
In the NFL,
maybe sex.
At the bottom of the fumble piles, players used to bite each other and stuff.
It's just like a dick move.
And they also used to stick their fingers in their butts.
Yeah, there's under the
yeah, it gets rough down there.
Yeah,
he did that too. Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
I remember Bill Romanowski. Bill Romanowski, I think, bit off a guy's finger one time under there.
Oh man,
biting is messed up.
Anything to get the ball back.
So now Martin Kove apologized. I guess the authorities showed up and they scolded this 80-year-old man.
You cannot bite people. That is not okay.
I apologize. I was just playing because we're very playful together.
and I bit down too hard, and I meant to
She's
just...
got a mouth mark on her.
I am really pissed.
She gets more pissed.
You have left a mark on my body, which in your 80-year-old brain you think is play. Sir, were you raised in a ditch?
Wow.
Is that how people treated you when you were a child? The audacity. How dare you, sir? How dare
She's playing
you?
it up for the camera, dude.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? No one has ever said in regular
But
conversation.
everyone knows there's a real medical condition known as old man strength, and it's true for handshakes, and it's probably true for bites as well. They don't understand their own power.
But if you watch the video and she they show her arm, there's like barely any mark there.
Yeah, he should have bitten
Because
harder.
he has no teeth.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
And then finally, Starbucks is changing how you add, like the price for you adding things to your drink order. So now, from now on, it's going to be 80 cents for any combination of syrup or sauce that modifies an unflavored drink. So if you want like 3 pumps or whatever you get in your little gay drink, Klein, if you want like 3 pumps of vanilla, you don't have to get charged per pump. Yeah, or you get all that cream, and they're like, enough cream already. You're only going to get charged 80 cents instead of racking up like 50 cents here, 50 cents there, and then eventually your drink is like $5 more because all the crap you're adding to it. It's just going to be 80 cents for all that, and then just so you know, also $1 for added matcha.
Thanks for telling me. Appreciate it. We get into a brand new hour of the show now, perhaps the greatest hour of your life, and we start by giving you tickets. Here we go.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, I'll be the first to admit, everything else we've done this week is garbage. But this hour is going to be good because we bring in a Radio Hall of Famer by the name of Kevin Ryder, nice enough to accept our invitation to join us on the lie detector test. I believe when Brad Williams was in here, we asked Brad on the lie detector test who is his favorite Kevin at KROQ. He said it was me. And then we found out he was lying, and clearly it's Kevin Ryder. And so we decided, let's let Kevin Ryder sit on the chair and answer all the questions you may have over his 30-year run on Kevin and Bean.
I'm excited. It's a long time coming.
The dramatic exit, and then the return, the triumphant return to KROQ, where you can now hear him every afternoon. He's got tickets for you later this afternoon to go to Universal. We've got 4 for you right now. Universal Studios. Let's get you in. It's the all-new mega movie summer. Go beyond the screen with special character meet and greets and blah, blah, blah. Some other stuff I'm supposed to say. But let's just give you the tickets, and you can learn all about it yourself. So, call it 20 right now, 800-520-1067. Let's make that happen for you, and then we'll bring in Mr. Kevin Ryder, the lie detector guy. We got these questions here. Allie, I've been going through. Thousands of questions have been submitted. We can't ask him 1,000 questions. He's given us exactly a 5-minute window before he walks out. So, we do have...
He's got a hard out.
He's got a hard
of 5 minutes after he gets here.
A hard out, which he will establish as he's sitting here. But these questions are, some of these are wild questions about things that took place on the airwaves of KROQ. Other ones just about...
There's a nickname for his junk that I didn't know about that's spinning gas.
I wonder if he gets to veto one of these questions. Do you think this will be the question he vetoes? You have a nickname for your penis, Thicky. Is your penis indeed thick? Do you think he's going to veto that question?
Is that question number 1 or question number...
That's question number 9. So anyway, we'll get into that coming up with the great Kevin Ryder and I. You will not want to miss a live, on-air, Lie Day Friday lie detector test on a Wednesday. What's up, Aaron? You're caller 20.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, we don't joke about these things. Legally, we can't, but you're going to Universal Studios, all right?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Allie.
Thank you for the...
Thanks for the enthusiasm.
Lukewarm celebration.
Yeah, all right.
You guys.
Let's give you another shot at that. Congratulations. You're going to Universal.
Thank you, guys.
And now, you're going to Universal. Take it away.
Yeah!
I don't know who got.
Gave up a little less soon than last time.
That just got sadder. Well, anyway, congratulations. I'm sure Universal's thrilled. All right, give you some blank and get into the complete hour of the show we have in store for you on KROQ. Good morning. Rock, Klein Alley Show. Streaming live on YouTube. You can check us out there if you'd like to, or you could just keep listening on the radio. We are finding your ear holes, or potentially want to see what we look like. You could do that as well. And if you don't see if you don't go ahead and check out what we look like, you can't make fun of us as much as people that watch also do. And Allie, I guess yesterday you looked ridiculous. There's been a lot of complaints on the Go line, which I'll go through some of them right now. A lot of them physically about how we appear.
Someone wanted to know which trailer park I had walked out of yesterday.
Yeah, that question came through quite a bit from different people. It always makes you, when you hear it from one person, you go, maybe they're just having a bad day. But then when you hear it from multiple people from different area codes, you go, maybe there's something going on with me.
Yeah, but then Vanessa complimented me and said she liked my outfit, and my therapist said, I love your hat.
Well, a lot of people didn't like your hat. Let's get into a quick round of Do More Better, some of the complaints that people have about the show, and there's no shortage. You guys are very clever with your complaints. So here we go. Let's do more better.
You guys need to do more better.
We've been told that many times before. This first complaint is not about your hat, though. It's about something that we do with Vanessa.
Sweet Divot, can you guys please stop bullying Vanessa for her being a child? That bit is getting old. Please leave her alone. Stop bullying Vanessa.
So she agrees with this caller. Stop bullying Vanessa about being a child. We did not accidentally hire a child to produce our radio show.
It sounds like this caller's a child.
Definitely someone from her class.
Yeah.
Is this someone from Playdate, Playgroup, or whatever, Vanessa? Who's this person?
Make fun of her for her cocaine addiction and her homophobia. Okay, thanks. I'm with Natty.
Okay, that person would like us to stop making fun of you for being a child and focus on the fact that you're a raging homophobe.
Which I'm not.
Well, if you weren't, we wouldn't have all these clips of you yelling at gay people on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Okay.
And you yelled at a lot of gay people. So, listen.
What's the second one?
All right.
Very, very problematic.
Clearly.
Gay.
Right. We get
so
it.
problematic.
So we'll focus on that instead. The next complaint here is about Allie, and specifically, I think it's about your hat, Allie, that you wore yesterday. It did look
It's a lovely smoke flower hat.
It looked comically large on your little head.
Most hats look big on my head. I have a tiny head.
But the funny thing is that for those of you that are not watching along, you have a little head, but you have a huge forehead.
Thanks. Yeah. Are we going to go through from top to bottom, or are we just going to get into the call?
Well, I'll play the call, but I just wanted everyone to understand that now
the
that
proportions are off in every way.
Yeah.
Hey, why does Allie look like she's in the running for the next Ayatollah for the Iranian regime right now? That fucking hat is ridiculous.
Okay, so Allie's clearly picking sides, and now we know what side she's on.
Look, you know.
Oh yeah, does it have like a weird flag on it or something?
No.
I think it does.
What was it? Yeah.
I think
now that he mentioned that.
It doesn't have a weird flag on it.
And
It's just streaks of color.
And it's really big, Allie. Like
Yes,
it was
because
huge.
Huge hat.
what am I supposed to do when I needed to wash my hair and I didn't? Okay, I don't have a lot of options. Beanie, I get made fun of. Hat, I get made fun of. God forbid I wore
what
a
about
bandana.
washing your hair? Is that an option?
No, because I wash my hair every 3 days.
Why is that not an option? That should be
Okay,
the
and I
first
gotta
option.
dye my roots, and I'm out of spray.
All right, great. Well, there you have it. Just, I wish we had time for more of these complaints, but I want to be on time because Kevin Ryder will be in here in a moment, and there's a Go line call waiting for him. Listen to this, Allie.
Hey, this message is for Kevin Ryder. Many years ago when I was still in high school, I called into the show letting you and Bean know that I saw Rick Dees at Disneyland, and I cussed him out, and my stoned friend kept on saying Kevin and Bean, Kevin and Bean. I called into the show, let you guys know. You guys thought it was cool, and you said you would send me a coffee mug, and I'm still waiting for that coffee mug.
Oh, no.
But, I'll settle for a tiny towel, so... but great to have you back on the show.
All right, well, you know what? Send him a tiny towel. At the very least, we can do that. And let's find out as we get Kevin Ryder on the lie detector test in a moment. Did he ever intend on sending this man a coffee mug for mocking Rick Dees at Disneyland?
Interesting that we have the same issues now than we did then.
I know. See, we still can't ship stuff properly.
I never got my insert thing here.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break when we're back. A Lie Day Friday special edition on a Wednesday morning. We'll do that, plus more Universal tickets, all coming up next.
KROQ has your chance to get ready for a summer to remember at the all-new Universal Mega Movie Summer, happening June 13th to August 10th at Universal Studios Hollywood. Meet your favorite characters, experience soak-worthy thrills, purchase movie-themed foods, and join the ultimate party in the park for the best summer day in L.A. Listen for your chance to get cast in the role of a winner of a 4-pack of tickets at 9, noon, 3, and 6. Lights, KROQ, action! More info at KROQ.com. Rated KROQ.
You know, I'm on board for most things we do on the show, even if it makes me look like a total ass. But in this particular case, I'm not that excited that I was selected as one of the 2 most tone-deaf people on the show. Not that I care about being a good singer. I didn't go to school for singing like Allie did.
I also didn't go to school for singing.
I thought you went to musical theater school.
I went to acting school.
Oh, really?
I didn't get into musical theater school.
Oh. Well, anyway, and I know Jake thinks he's like the star of every karaoke bar he goes into because he's got his go-to songs, and he is the lead singer, technically, of the short-lived band Rip Nasty.
Yeah, but I think Jake always sings obscure songs at karaoke that no one really cares about.
Right. But no one would know if it's good or bad because no one's heard the song before. Because
Exactly.
it's the side project of the cousin of the guy in A Perfect Circle or
That's
something.
a good band.
Right. And then you got, Omar, who's clearly musically inclined because we all heard how he slayed the clarinet during Forced Resolution. So you down, and Johnny's a musician, plays guitar. So really, just process of elimination.
You're the least musical out of all of us.
Well, I think we'll prove you wrong in a few moments when you hear me attempt to sing songs. Most of these songs I had never even heard before. Most of the ones you told me.
These are not just KROQ songs. We wanted to go beyond that.
I don't think any of them are KROQ songs.
We chose top 40 #1 songs that have been nominated for Grammys, songs that people are obsessed with right now.
So we call this thing Tone Deaf for Deftones, up for grabs, pretty sweet prize. You will get to go see the Deftones at the Kia Forum this Thursday, and one person who wins tickets from us, and I believe today is the last pair. People won them all weekend, and we gave a pair away yesterday, a couple pairs we got today. Do we have 2 pairs today to Vanessa to give out?
Yes, 2 pairs.
Oh, even
Nice.
better. Wow. The plot thickens. 2 pairs of tickets.
We can do this again next hour.
Oh, goddamn. I don't think you're going to want that. You'll also get a chance to meet the band, score some VIP merch as well. So it's time for Tone Deaf for Deftones.
How was your process of learning these songs and then singing them?
Well, I listened to the songs a few times yesterday, and my kids, for the first time ever, respected me because they're like, I love that song.
Oh, see, you're getting into their interest.
I don't want to say what it is. I don't want to give anything away. And still, I feel like I have no connection to the music. But you'll hear in a moment. And let's go ahead and say hi to Camille. We'll get to go first on KROQ. And Camille, hey, good morning and apologies in advance, Camille.
Hi, good morning.
All right.
It's okay.
I'm going to play you some of the song, and all you have to do is tell us, even though I am tone deaf, what song I am attempting to sing. If you get yours right, Allie will write your name down, and everyone who gets theirs right will be in the drawing to win some tickets to see the Deftones. Here we go. Song number 1. I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee. Can you guys not laugh? Hold on. Can
Oh, no, let him finish.
Hold on.
Let him finish.
No, we don't need to hear anymore. She already guessed.
No, come on.
Hold on. I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee.
Are you doing a Dracula impression?
I know. Why are you lowering your voice? It's already so much lower than hers.
I thought that's...
Is that because she's gay? I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee.
I thought that's how it goes.
This is how...
All right, relax.
She sees the baby girl.
I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee. Here, Santa Monica, I swear it's calling me. Won't make my mama proud. It's gonna cause a scene. She sees her baby girl. I know she's gonna scream. God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club, oh mama. Camille, congratulations. You were able to figure out my tone-deaf singing, and you did
Let's play
guess.
a little of the original so you can get kind of like an A and B. Let's...
I'm having wicked dreams.
Same.
of leaving Tennessee. You Santa Monica. I swear it's calling me.
All right, pretty good.
Dude,
I like that you do jazz hands when you get to the top note.
You can't tell the difference. I mean, I know, like, most people that have heard her version, that's the one they know. But if you were to play this to people in the streets, they would think that's her.
Oh, mama.
Who is that, by the way? Who's singing that?
Huh?
Who is that?
What?
Chappelle Roan?
Oh, thank you. Okay, got it. Thank you. All right, good job.
You knew
Hold on.
that. Come on.
I know. I thought that was I don't want to say who I thought it was because I have a song coming up from the other person.
You're getting them all mixed up.
I get them all confused. All right, hold on. Well, this is going to be painful.
It's a pure joy.
I just want to say that if you remember yesterday, Vanessa did Tone Deaf for Deftones, and I thought she was way more tone deaf than me.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. 100. I wasn't sure, but after hearing that, yes, I'm 100% certain that you're actually tone deaf. I just don't know if you know any of the notes that exist.
Thank you.
In music, period.
Or otherwise.
Let me say hi to Rigo in El Monte. Hey, Rigo, good morning. Welcome to KROQ. Chance for you to win some Deftones tickets, but we're not making it easy for you. How goes it?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thank you.
All right. Did you know the first song by chance? Not that it matters.
I didn't. I thought we were going to be guessing Deftones songs. I was like, I got this, but
that would make sense.
That would make sense. I would have much rather sung Deftones songs, especially because people think I look like the front man in the Deftones. Some people have said that before. It's one of my celebrity doppelgangers. All right, here we go. Song number 2. It's Tone Deaf for Deftones. Apologies in advance. Here we go. Well, I'm going to paint my picture. Paint myself in blue and red and black and gray. All of these beautiful colors are very, very meaningful.
I don't even know what the hell. What?
Rigo? Any guesses?
What the hell?
Any guesses? Rigo.
What happened to Dracula?
I changed it up. I was not inspired.
wow, oh my God, I've never heard that song.
Yeah, well, you know that gray is my favorite color. I felt so symbolic yesterday. If I knew Picasso, I would buy myself a gray guitar and play.
I don't know, is that Taylor Swift?
It's a good guess.
Taylor Swift. No, it is not. I'm so sorry, Rigo. That was
very
Is that supposed to be singing?
Yeah, it was singing.
I think you're just yelling.
You're like talk.
That was singing.
I would buy your guitar and I would play.
Well, it's called Tone Deaf for Deftones. And now you're
sounds like
making fun
slam poetry a little bit. Yeah.
Slam
You're a
poetry.
good cat.
Symbolic. I felt symbolic yesterday. I would buy Picasso. Hey.
If I knew Picasso, I would buy myself a gray guitar and play. Mr. Jones and me look into the future. That's Counting Crows.
What?
That's Counting Crows. Yeah, we stare at the beautiful women. She's looking at you. I don't think so. She's looking at me.
Whoa.
You're a fan of this band, and you don't even know how it really goes?
That is how it goes.
But now that I know it's them, I can hear your passion.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you like the song.
Yeah, play
I'm going to play a little snippet of it.
All right, thank you. I am equally shocked right now as I was when a few months ago Kevin Ryder walked through those doors and said he was coming back to KROQ. That's something that we never thought would happen. Omar and I had side bets. Every couple of months we'd say, man, I wonder if this is when they get Kevin and Bean back here or Kevin Ryder comes back. And Omar said, not going to happen. No way, no how. And just proof that Omar's always wrong. Right? Right, Omar?
Well, yeah, he's back, but he's not like, it's like, what, 9:30 in the morning?
Yeah, he's back at 9:21 in the morning on a Wednesday. What's wrong with that? That's not good
Shut
enough
up,
for you?
Omar.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
He's at least here. You're snacking right there. All right, listen.
You're so checked out.
Kevin Ryder is back on KROQ in the afternoons. People are thrilled you're back, obviously. How's it been going?
It's been going well.
You're happy to be back?
Yeah. I'm happy to be back. Yeah, it's great. It's kind of my home.
That's actually one of the first questions on the lie detector test.
I wish I knew.
But don't worry, we haven't turned it on yet. We got to get John in here. John is our polygraph examiner, and you're very nice to offer to come in here and do this because not that you've ever been dishonest. I would imagine most everything you've ever done and said on KROQ is 100% authentic to you.
No
right?
way. No.
Oh, it's not.
Of course not.
No, he said this. This is true, right?
I like penis.
Thoughts?
I mean, I did say that, and that was true.
Yeah, okay.
We don't need a lie detector guy for that.
I'll just tell you.
Are you happy that we have joined a group chat with you and not contributed to the group chat at all?
Kevin, one time, and then no one else.
Yeah, one
which
time
I feel
wrote.
like is a properly run group chat.
Yeah, it's really good. Yes, because we were all complaining about group chats and how much we hate them.
And then now everyone's afraid to comment on the group chat.
Because everybody replies, and it's like, stop it. I don't need to have 17 messages.
Kevin Ryder and liking.
Kevin Ryder agreed begrudgingly to set up the group chat, but he did give us all the disclaimer. He doesn't like him, and more than none of us like him, but he likes him the least, and so all of us are terrified to write to
and
it.
then Megan sent one thing, and I was like, but I don't know
We've
what to do.
started a side group chat that you're not in.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Can I say thank you for asking all of the questions at our meeting?
Yes.
You're that guy.
Oh, my
I didn't
God,
know.
Yes, right?
I'm not the guy that asked the
And then
question.
he always says, not that I want to make these longer by asking a question, but
By the
and
way-
then proceeds to ramble on with the question.
If you asked one more, I was going to yell. I was ready to yell. I was like, shut up, Klein.
Omar, back me up here. Have I ever asked a question in a meeting ever?
Absolutely have.
Oh,
Well, yes, 100%.
What
I've
about-
been there. Yes, for sure.
Wait, are you saying you didn't?
No, that meeting I did ask more than I should have. Yes, that was
Okay.
because
All
that
right.
was a meeting about us getting paid finally, getting some money around here. That matters. The other meetings where it's like,
Or
you know,
sometimes the boss will go to you, hey, Klein, you have any closing words? If it was me, I'd be like, nope, let's move on. But you go ahead on a diatribe about whatever topic they're talking about.
Not a diatribe.
Scroll and starts doing a speech.
Oh, shut up, Jay. It's not about me today. It's about Kevin Ryder, guys. Let's focus. The legend, all right? He's here. Technically, it's not a lie detector day because we usually do those on Fridays. We're trying to come up with a bit that works. We haven't come up with one yet. They claim this is the closest we've come to a bit that works. You're a Hall of Famer. Do you think that this bit has any chance to work?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, good.
It seems good.
Yeah.
Just wait. Just wait.
Most things.
Your lie detector guy is fire.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Hey, John, how are you doing? Get close to that microphone. Yellow, hey, John, how you doing?
All ready.
Are you happy to be back here?
I'm happy.
Yeah. Now, Kevin,
I walked in and I said, hey, are you the lie detector guy? And he goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's his energy level at all times. And is it because you're over this? Because you've talked to more exciting people like murderers and stuff? Is this boring to you?
No, I'm happy.
Okay.
This is him happy.
This is you out of 10, John?
All good.
Okay.
We can't see your head shake.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to say something.
I think he gets a little tongue-tied here because last time you told us you have a crush on Allie. You're sexually attracted to Allie?
No change.
No change.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. Well,
all right.
I think that's what he meant about my weight.
Here's how we're going to work this. We've got 12 questions here for you, Kevin Ryder.
Right.
They have been submitted by everyone who works at KROQ, including a lot of listeners.
That scares
You can
me.
veto any question you choose. Only get one veto out of the group of 12. The rest of them you will answer honestly, and then we'll find out if you lied or not.
If I lie all the time, you won't be able to tell if I'm lying. So I'll just lie on every question.
What do you
John, is that
think-
true?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So somebody who's a compulsive liar, you
Can
would
you
be
give
able
us less input? I want to know if that's the truth or not. Like if I lie on every question, how would you be able to tell the difference?
I already have baselines on you for the last 5 minutes.
he already was setting it up.
Oh,
What a
man.
sneaky bastard.
Yeah, this guy's good at what he does, huh? All right, well, let's get to the theme song. And are you nervous about is there any secrets, Kevin, before we start the questions that you're nervous that maybe would come out during this?
Not that I can specify, but of course there's 1,000 things that I'm worried about. When it comes up, I'll go, oh no.
Like if there's questions about relationships with Bean or with...
No, I'm not worried about that.
You're not worried about that. Okay. All right, what about things
Shut
that
up, Omar.
Things that have happened in champagne rooms in Vegas?
Nope.
Not worried about that?
Not talking about that.
Well,
You're vetoing before we even start.
we're just riffing right now.
Right, so that's a freebie.
We're just
that doesn't
filibustering.
count against me.
All right, it's time for Lie Day Friday.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Why is it lie after lie after lie?
The only thing I know for sure is you're a goddamn liar. It's a lie.
You're a parasite of lies, and I am your worst enemy.
Lie Day Friday.
Wednesday.
Don't be fooled by the day of the week. We're still doing Lie Day Friday around here. John, if you have to ask Kevin any questions to figure out exactly what his baseline is, you can do that now. Now's your time to shine, buddy.
Are you in California?
No.
All done.
He said, all done.
He got you. You lied. You lied, and he still got you. So now he knows.
You say it so confidently.
Right, but if I lie every time, I'm saying you won't notice the difference. Isn't the difference what you're looking for?
We can see it.
Okay.
Question number 1.
So wordy.
He will give us the answers at the end. Once we make the listeners sit through probably a Chili Pepper song.
Okay.
Then we'll come back.
Of course, it'll be a Chili Peppers.
Did you come back to KROQ because you love it here, or was it a cash grab?
Can I say both?
I guess.
I do love it here.
Whatever
I do-
the truth is.
I do love it here, and I feel like this is where I belong. And I always have sort of felt that way.
And you like the money.
Sure.
But
I'm not against money. I'm not doing it for
I thought
free.
these were supposed to be yes or no questions.
Well, John says we can go away from the yes or no. Right, John?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Oh, nice.
See, he can't, but we can. Okay. Question number 2.
That's a great point, Klein. I think maybe John only answers in yes or no.
Yeah, he's been
because
doing
of
lie
what he's
detector
been
for so
doing
long.
For so long.
And he brings so much energy to yes or no.
I
What's your
know.
favorite food, John? Is it pasta?
Answer!
Pasta.
Okay.
He just repeated what you said.
Question number 2.
This is the shakiest lie detector guy I've ever met.
What percentage accurate is this? 99.99 or something?
It's medical equipment reading what his body is doing. That part is 100%.
Wow.
Okay, 100%.
Seems like he hates me.
That's the vibe he gives.
Yeah.
Do you think you deserve to be in the Radio Hall of Fame?
No, it's odd to me. That's the ultimate, what do you call it when you don't feel like you should be?
Imposter syndrome?
Yes, imposter syndrome. That is the worst imposter syndrome there is.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You're the guy that said this?
We've got to get to the bottom of what in the hell is going on with this Blue Man group. These guys, they paint their faces red.
That happened.
That's Hall of Fame material, man.
That happened, and I didn't even notice it. Everybody else was like, what are you talking about red? I said, what are you talking about?
It's confusing. It's right in the name. Question, by the way, John has not cracked a smile. We are listening to great audio here, and John, no smile.
Nothing.
Question 3, Kevin Ryder's in here Lie Day Friday on a Wednesday. He's agreed to come on the lie detector test to answer all of your questions. What band is your least favorite that we play on KROQ?
What band is my least favorite? Wow. I can't say. It depends because you have to take into account the overplay that we have to do behind the scenes. Like we play Red Hot Chili Peppers way more than you who complain about it.
And if you listened to it on a regular basis just as a fan, it would be a lot different than if you had to listen to it every hour on the hour at the same 5 songs.
I would say this is not going to be a popular answer. System of a Down.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Just don't like them?
Let's cue that up.
I don't.
All right. Writing that down. Question 4. Kevin Ryder's here. While at Vegas at a strip club, did you ever get any action in the champagne room?
No. Wait, what is action? Define action. Clarify that.
Let's have John define action.
John, define action. You seem like a man of action.
Sexual activity.
Sexual activity.
You say no?
No.
I'm writing down no.
Wait, in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Fuck, man, I shouldn't have clarified. You got a question 5. Kevin Ryder is almost halfway through the lie detector test. It's a Lie Day Friday and a Wednesday with a Radio Hall of Famer. He's back on KROQ every afternoon. I'm sure you know because we played a jingle a lot. More than the Chili Peppers. The only song we play more than the Chili Peppers is the Kevin Ryder's back jingle. Who is the worst celebrity you've ever met or interviewed?
The worst celebrity I've ever met or interviewed. That's a weird question because can you start the bet again? That sounds weird. That's a weird question because I love terrible people. I love bad interviews. I love weirdos.
Remember when you threw Screech out of the studio and then he died?
Yeah, he sucked. Yeah.
And then he died.
Yeah.
You feel bad about that? Or?
No, he deserved it. He had that coming. He's one of 2 people that we threw out of the studio in 30 years.
Who was the other one?
The spokesman for Scientology.
Oh, damn.
And you threw Screech out and then he died, I think that day, right?
I think it was that day, yeah.
Was it?
No.
I was like, wow, that's messed up.
So is Screech the worst celebrity you've ever met or interviewed?
Yeah, he was terrible.
Screech.
Yeah, sure.
Dustin died.
Why was he terrible, just out of curiosity?
He and a friend came in, and for some reason we said okay on the friend, and they were just sitting next to each other, like making each other laugh with little sound effects.
Right.
And the other guy was dying laughing, and we were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So we threw out his friend, and then he just kept going. And it's one of the 2 times we're on the air in the middle of the interview. Instead of starting a commercial, we said, we're done, get up and
go. Yeah, because he's just marching to his own. He's just like, I'm going to do my own thing.
Right.
He's so disrespectful.
If you don't want to be here, don't
be
come. Here. Right.
Question 7.
Start the music again.
Sorry, excuse me. If you had to assign a diagnosis to Bean, what would it be?
He has Asperger's.
All right.
It's a form of autism where he can't tell what the receiving person feels.
Like he'll never admit it.
He misses all social cues.
Right.
Yeah.
We gave him a test. He was good 99%. He was like, I don't have it.
Really? He still thinks he doesn't?
I don't know. He says he doesn't think he does.
John, you got the Asperger's?
Yes.
We're flipping the questions on you, John.
Question
What do
7.
you say?
Do you wish you were sleeping right now instead of sitting here on this much less successful morning show?
No, I'm actually having fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right, that's going to be a lie.
You're not an expert, Klein. He's telling the truth.
Question 8. Are you ever jealous of the careers that you've helped launch over the years, like Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Carolla, or wedding DJ Omar Khan?
Could not be happier. Couldn't be happier for those guys.
So there's no jealousy.
No.
Right. Not even about Omar's wedding.
I'm sort
DJ?
of proud of them.
Yeah,
I'm proud of that they went on to do big things. I don't think Omar is still doing DJing, is he?
I am.
Oh,
I
you
am.
are.
I DJ'd your wedding.
You
dude.
did. You're right. You did.
I
my
did.
wedding.
Yep.
My bad.
Yep.
His career already died, though. That's fine.
If like Jake went on to start hosting a late night show,
I'd be so pissed.
I would be suicidal. I'm not even kidding.
And every time they spoke on camera, I'd be like, "You thank me, goddammit!"
Yeah, I would be so mad every day. Okay, moving on. Question number. Now we're almost done. Kevin Ryder's here. You have a nickname for your penis. Apparently, Thicky, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Is your penis actually thick, or is it one of those clever nicknames like a bouncer named Tiny?
It's a clever nickname.
It's not actually.
Yeah, it's not
thick.
really.
Okay.
No.
Not thick.
I just always found it hilarious.
You still reminder you can veto any of these questions.
Oh, right.
You vetoed none of these.
Wow.
Question 10.
Totally forgot that.
What do you really think of the bosses here at KROQ?
I like most of them.
Name one you hate.
Yeah, they keep firing all the other ones. I mean, there's not that many left.
Can I say his name?
Sure.
Jeff Fetterman.
Okay.
We call him Chocolate Factory around here.
Chocolate Factory.
Why Chocolate
That's
Factory?
his nickname.
Because one time he sent us a really weird TikTok of a grandma peeking out from behind a tree saying this. Do you have it, Omar?
Welcome to the Chocolate Factory.
He just sent us that out of context, and we were like, who
We didn't know if we should go to
sends
HR,
this?
just play it on the air. So we played it on the
Yeah,
air.
it was so weird, man. And very inappropriate.
Yeah, and we were like, should we? And nobody responded.
2 questions left. You're doing great so far.
Thank you. You don't know.
Is this current bit any good, according to you? You're a radio
This
Hall of
current
Fame-
bit?
Yeah, this current
Well,
bit.
the music died.
Okay.
It's really bugging me. I don't know why that keeps it. What do you have, like a 12-second music bed?
Usually that's all we get between the songs.
Unbelievable. What was the question?
Is this current bit any good?
I hope.
All right. In your opinion, as a radio professional, if someone's listening now, is this bit good?
I would hope so, yeah.
Okay. Final
You're
question.
talking your way around the answer there, Kevin.
Need a yes or no.
I think you think.
Shut up, Allie.
That is correct. Shut up, Allie. Is right.
Thank you. God damn.
Finally, this is the last question, and this one came through the most. And there's a lot of questions here about relationships with Ralph and drama. If you could save Jimmy or Adam from a ship going down, who would you save? But let's not do any of that. Here's the last question. Do you secretly hope Klein Alley Show crashes and burns so that you can come back to save KROQ mornings and have a dramatic conclusion to your radio career?
I do not. I do not want to ever be on your schedule again. Your schedule sucks.
Yeah.
That is true.
Even with
You
the
guys
summer
have-
hours.
You guys have to get up. Yeah, so what's summer hours? I never got summer hours. What's up with that?
So now we got to play one song while he tabulates the answers. How do you feel you did?
I mean, I feel like I did pretty well. But I don't know. John next to me's got a lot of negative energy.
John, did you detect any lies in this?
I did.
Oh, my God, he did.
So does
Can't
that
wait.
make you nervous?
I can't wait. A little.
Yeah.
No, it's about Thicky.
Is it what, John,
The Thicky thing was told.
John,
yes.
was it about Thicky?
Near.
Yeah. Okay.
What did he say?
I think he said nair.
Near.
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 Oh, near.
I've changed up the music in honor of you being here right now. So let's give you some System of a Down. Kevin Ryder is in the KROQ studios. We're going to get the exciting conclusion of the Lie Day Friday on a Wednesday. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all these questions, but everyone knows the results is the best part. So we'll figure out what he told the truth about, what he lied about, and that is all next on KROQ. Special request and dedication to the great Kevin Ryder, who's in the studios now on KROQ. It's Klein, Allie's show. We got summer hours, which means we're not going anywhere in 30 minutes. We're going to stick around for another hour, because why the hell not? Man, we fall for all the stuff. You guys were much better at standing up for yourselves than we are, huh?
Yeah, they never told us that we had to stay until 11.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was really weird.
You guys
No, but we did do that dumb thing, the Cinco de la Tarde.
We
Remember
did,
that?
yeah. We came back for an hour in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is like, what the hell are we
they
doing?
called it what?
Cinco Retarde? That
Yeah,
seems like a
what was
problem.
Cinco Latarde? Like
Latarde.
5 in the afternoon.
the
Okay. I
afternoon,
was like,
no.
that sounds highly problematic.
Allie's been called that many times. All right. Well, in a moment, John's got the results of your lie detector test you just took. Is this the first time you've ever been on a lie detector test? Yeah. It is.
Yes.
And you feel like you told the truth?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds. I mean, there were so many inflections changes.
I mean,
in your
look,
voice
there's a
just now.
lot of complicated answers to questions, so sometimes it's...
People are very mad.
There's a mixture.
People are mad. We didn't ask some of the obvious. You should have asked him what color faces do the Blue Man Group have.
I mean, asked and answered. Right.
Once was red, will always be red. Everyone's just so thrilled to hear you again on KROQ. It's been so great again. Back to KROQ for a while. Love hearing Kevin out with you guys. Anyway, so overwhelming support for Kevin Ryder, but let's find out if he's a big fat liar. All right, so John from John, what's your business? I should promote you. You're a lie detector guys on Instagram. People can hire this guy to come to their house, ruin a good time, ruin your family. Only $145. He'll get any answer you need. Cheating, infidelity, thievery, right, John?
True.
Wait, you show up at people's houses and see if they're cheating?
True.
Wow.
That's amazing. You do all the stuff, huh? Wow. You're the
And
best.
you've also given lie detector tests to many murderers.
True.
Yeah. 13,000.
There's
Allie.
a delay with John.
Yeah, there is. There's a 7
He
second
has to
delay.
let it process.
13,000 people tested. You can find them at Lie Detector Guys. All right, John, whenever you are ready for the big reveal now, this is where things get exciting. You can go ahead and tell Kevin Ryder how he did.
When we asked him, did you come back to KROQ because you love it here, or was it a cash grab? He said yes to both. And that was true.
Oh, okay.
Hey, all right. Starting
Good
out with the
start.
truth.
All right.
Good man. Appreciate that.
Shouldn't be surprised that I told the truth.
I know, we're all, woo, wow.
I assumed it was a pure cash grab. I'm shocked that it was because you wanted to be here at all, to be honest, but okay.
When we asked him, do you think you deserve to be in the Radio Hall of Fame? He said no. And that was a lie.
Oh, you do deserve. You see that?
Interesting.
See, part of you believes that it really is true and that it's real. And that's beautiful.
Yeah, because of the impact you've had. I think that's what Hall of Famers need.
I think it's
impact.
just staying alive and on the air for 30 years.
They have to do
like
it.
literally,
Right.
just literally not dying during that time.
What does that say about our industry? You're a Hall of Famer just because you didn't die and
Just
kept a
didn't
die.
die. Omar, play another one of his Hall of Famer clips.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
there's a
great.
reason.
Here we go.
There's a reason he's in the
All
Hall.
right, give us some background on Mrs. Butterworth. Is she a slave woman?
Listen, there's context. There's context, people.
What is the context?
Yeah, explain that one away, huh?
I don't remember, but I'm sure there was context.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Next question, John.
When we asked him, what band is your least favorite that we play at KROQ? He said System. And that was true.
Okay.
Hey. But it's not because you don't like the band.
No, I like the band. I don't like the screamo parts of it. That gets a little much for me. That's all.
Yeah, especially when it's overplayed in your ears every hour.
Yes.
Go ahead, John.
When we asked him, while at Vegas at strip clubs, did you ever get any action in the champagne room? He said no, and that was a lie.
Wow. Okay, all right. That's clearly. you're not-
Action was sexual activity, to be
Yeah,
clear.
that's right. All right. Well, good for you, though. Everyone needs to unload in Vegas. I get it. Go
John,
ahead.
you and me in a champagne room?
Yes.
Whoa.
That's a lie.
Shut up.
All right.
When we asked him, who was the worst celebrity you have ever interviewed? He said Screech, and that was true.
Wow. Of all of the hundreds of... didn't you hang up on Paul McCartney one time?
Yeah, but I don't hate him.
Right.
Yeah, I hung up
Why
on.
did you hang up?
Well, he said goodbye.
Yeah.
And then I hung up, and then he started to say something again. And so, but I forgot to turn his volume down, so he goes, "It's really," and I click.
Hall of Fame.
So it's three people he's thrown out. It's
Okay.
Screech, Paul McCartney, and the Scientology.
And I think he also, hung up on Bono, too.
Hung up on Bono, too. It's people who can't say goodbye. They say goodbye,
Yeah.
and then they have to keep talking.
Yeah, I know. That is on them.
Stop doing that.
I agree with
Bono's
you.
a real look at me kind of guy,
Right?
you know. Yeah, let it go, Bono. I get it. All right, moving on.
When we asked him, if you had to assign a diagnosis to Bean, what would it be? He said Asperger's, and that was true.
Okay, medically. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I sent
Kevin, what are you doing?
I sent Bean a text to see if he would join us for a bonus question this morning. He was nice enough to text me back and decline the invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
No.
He likes to be asked.
I know. He said,
and then he says no.
I appreciate the invitation.
Yes.
I will pass.
Yeah.
He said I appreciate the invitation?
He does. He likes to be asked.
That's what he said.
But he does not like to say
follow
yes.
through?
Right.
Yeah, that's why it rubbed me the wrong way that he does that. So I didn't invite him to my wedding, and he got all butthurt about it.
He was very
Really?
upset, yeah.
Yeah.
So he wants to be there in spirit. He wants to politely
No.
decline.
He just
doesn't want
wants
to
to
be there in
ask.
spirit. He just wants to be asked so he can say no.
The answer,
Wow.
this is the exact text. The answer is no.
Where's the politely decline part?
But I'm delighted to have been asked. Thank you.
That's him.
Yeah, and then my number's been blocked. But still, that was he was happy to be asked.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
When we asked him, do you wish you were sleeping now instead of sitting here on this much less successful morning show? He said yes, and that was true.
Okay, well, no, I think he said no.
No, he said he
no.
wanted to be here.
No, well,
Are you
that was
lying,
a lie.
John?
John, who's lying now?
Wouldn't it be funny if your
John
lie detector guy is a liar?
Oh, man.
Impulsive liar.
And a
Right.
really good one?
Can't help it.
Let's just agree that he probably doesn't want to be here, but he's having fun. Okay,
right,
moving
next.
on.
When we asked him, are you ever jealous of the careers you helped start, launch, like Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Carolla, or wedding DJ Omar Khan? He said no, and that was true.
Oh.
Hey, you don't have any jealousy. You're a good man.
I don't. I'm happy for them.
I'm jealous of them. I didn't even work with them.
I know.
That's crazy.
And then you explain, like, yeah, KROQ, there's
Yeah.
all these great people that came from it,
Yeah.
like, blah, 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 blah. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, really?
Yeah,
And who
I
are
know.
you? And you're
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I have no one.
All right, moving on.
When we asked him, you said the nickname for your penis is Thicky. Is your penis indeed thick? He said no, and that was true.
That was true, yeah.
Is that like the most true? Can you see like how true it was, John? Or?
So unbelievably true. That's what you say.
Okay, whenever
we
you're
can
ready. You all right?
I think he
That
fell
delay
asleep.
is real.
Yeah.
I think he fell asleep right there.
Yeah.
When we asked him, what do you think of the bosses here at KROQ? He gave details, and they were all true.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's a clean way to. What the boss come and get you during the commercials? They say it like that. Jesus Christ! All
He
right.
gave details.
When we asked him if this current bit is any good, he said yes, and that was a lie.
Okay. Well, as expected.
I could tell that one because there's a little inflection.
I can't.
So-
It's hard for me to judge
I know.
something I'm in to go, yeah, this is
Yeah,
fascinating.
same with us. It's
Yeah.
usually not
I
as
know.
good as
All
we
right.
think it is.
Final question.
When we asked him, do you secretly hope Klein and Allie show crashes and burns so you get to come back and save KROQ mornings? He said no, and that was true.
No, that's the whole
wow.
reason. The whole reason we did this whole bit was just to
Just
get
a
that
big
question.
ruse to get that
That's all
question?
we needed to know.
All right.
Kevin Ryder,
You got it.
You're the man. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being here. Thank you for being all honest, except for the champagne room stuff. And,
I know, now that's all I want to know about.
yeah, well, we're gonna have to have you back for round 2.
Oh, yeah.
We got to take a break. We're way behind. How late do you usually break? Like when you're supposed to break at a certain time, what do you think is the buffer window to break?
For me, it's 42.
Yeah, that's when ours
That's
is.
when the break is supposed to happen.
Yeah, so this is awful.
Oh,
You're way late.
all right. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Kevin Ryder, afternoons on KROQ.
Sun's out, dumb's out. Klein, Allie, Joe. Now live till 11. All summer long on KROQ.
And if you think about UCLA, it's a fine institution, unless, of course, you're a fan of USC, in which case you hate UCLA. Regardless, very difficult to get into. Most people, I think, get rejected. I think you have to have pretty good grades, pretty good test scores, and that's just to be a student there. So imagine the teachers there would be held to an even higher standard.
Absolutely.
We were all equally shocked and surprised when Postmaster Johnny told us that he was
Well,
on
he casually was like, I have to go speak at UCLA later. And we were like, what?
I was convinced he was trying to spell something that was not UCLA, the college. Like, I thought he was going somewhere else completely, and he was trying to spell it. And then I thought maybe he's talking about something near UCLA, because I know he likes to go to the bars by there because he says they got the good, the better baddies are by the UCLA bars.
I thought he was going to meet a girl at UCLA and talk to her, and that's what he meant by speak at UCLA.
Right, but Johnny, correct me if I'm wrong, you were brought in front of an entire class of people?
Sir, yes, sir.
And you claim, we asked you a little bit about this on the bonus podcast yesterday, that you were speaking to a room full of marine biologists?
One of them was a marine biologist. The other ones were all comms majors.
Comms majors?
Communications. I know It's been a minute since you guys have been in college, but comms is communications.
Right. And you went there for what reason?
I thought I was just going to be arm candy, kind of, but then I ended up talking for a whole hour in front of the whole class.
You think the teachers and guest speakers bring arm candy?
They would have brought me just to be like, hey, this is another kid that's like somewhat of a college age. Like, he's probably going to come along for that.
Right. All right. I'm going to play some of the audio. Johnny, I may need Johnny to come in the studio to defend himself for this, because this audio is crazy. And at some point, apparently, he badmouthed it. Johnny, you understand? I haven't heard this audio yet completely. I know Omar heard some of it and Allie did, but you kind of badmouth us to the room full of students. You
go
know
ahead,
that.
play it. Let's hear it.
Well, you said it.
I know, but I don't remember what I said. But go ahead.
Did you prepare your speech at all?
No, not at all. I thought about it while we ate dinner beforehand, but that was it.
This is Johnny speaking to a class full of 100 students at UCLA.
So, just as Jennifer said, attention span is really, really, really short, especially nowadays. We grew up on, a lot of us grew up in the genesis of social media. And I had to kind of teach my coworkers the importance of that.
You had to teach us the importance of social media?
Yeah, I had to tell you guys. Remember, like, everybody's attention span is super, super short.
Yeah, you have to teach us about the genesis
of social media. No, I grew up in the genesis of social media. You guys kind of were there.
I grew up in the genesis of Sega Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
That's the genesis.
Genesis does. Immediately, the first video, first 3 seconds, I say, don't say my name, don't say what show I'm on, it has nothing to do with radio. Holding up a box of cereal and the thing about sneaking cereal into the theaters.
Oh, my God.
I felt like a superhero when I said that, too.
Johnny, you're talking about your dumb bit you do?
Sneaking cereal into the theaters. I rest my case.
So, wait, you're talking to a room full of kids that obviously know, they don't need you to explain, because they're looking at you like you're some old out-of-touch loser, too.
Well, no, they're actually kids older than me in that class, but that was like...
You're also saying, you're all just spitting out things that are common knowledge nowadays.
Right. Show no attention span anymore. We get it. No one has an attention span.
That goes without saying. But also, too...
Right. But you did say.
Did you pick that up at UCLA yesterday?
That was like one of the big talking points that Jennifer wanted to bring up when she brought me. She wanted to bring up me riding the first time on the airplane, me sneaking chicken in my pants, and then just my experience.
Listen to Johnny. He speaks about his idea of sneaking chicken in his pants.
Play it.
He speaks about
he's about to win a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, like
I did.
Right. Imagine a teacher that actually helped come up with some medical device that cured something.
Yes.
Johnny is speaking about his bringing food in his pants in the movie theater. Listen to this. I mean,
sneaking cereal into the theaters. What if we did chicken? Me and Klein are big Costco guys. Okay. I was like, let me go get a rotisserie chicken. Go, first video, literally. Sneaking rotisserie chicken into the theaters.
Already messed up the name there. You called it you had it rotisserie, and then you changed it back to rotisserie, you idiot.
That's how I said it in the video.
I know. So he goes.
That's how I said it in the
then we're spitballing. We go, cereal. What can we do next? Rotisserie chicken. We like Costco.
Literally the next day, 130 views. I wake up to 130,000 views. Boom. Okay. It looks like he does it a lot. Oh, they're actually a radio show.
So now he's talking about bringing it back to the show.
Right. So you're saying that you had a genius hit you, bring chicken in your pants into a movie theater. You explained to the kids.
And now it's helping us.
And is anyone watching you as you're doing these?
Dude, they are feverishly taking down notes.
They're taking notes?
Yes.
They are?
Yes. Notepads.
Holy crap.
How to transfer from UCLA.
Yes.
They're all filling out applications for other colleges. USC, transfer portal.
Any other school.
Marco on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Hey, no, that was completely genius of UCLA bringing in Postmaster Johnny. You know how, like, when you have little kids, my theory is when you have little kids, so they're misbehaving, so you take them to, like, the county jail and tell them, hey, if you keep misbehaving,
they're going to scared straight them.
Yeah, scared straight.
They basically brought Johnny in.
Genius of UCLA.
Yeah, they're very smart, right? They said, bring in this
drop out, this could be you.
As soon as Johnny left, they're like, so that's what happens when you don't go to UCLA. That's a smart school
that's
right
great.
there. All right, here's the speech continues.
What's radio? Who's Klein and Allie? It was the stepping stones that took its way to get there.
Beautifully said. It was the stepping stones that took its way to get there.
Oh, that's because I talked about stepping stones that took its way to get there.
Yep, that's a Johnnyism right there.
We had to start out sneaking pie. Then we had to do churro videos.
We had
No, we
to.
didn't have to.
Yeah, we did.
We had
You guys wanted it.
I love that this was all a strategic plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hold on. The plan was.
I like how Johnny's kind of like putting us in a position where we're forcing him to do all this stuff.
Right. These are all the things you wanted to do. In fact, we told you not to do all these things.
That's why I mentioned that in the
Yes.
speech, too.
We had to start out sneaking pie.
We had to.
Yep, we had to.
We had to start small with pie.
We had short pie. We had.
Then we had to do churro videos.
Had to do them.
Which we asked you to do consistently, and you did like 2 and then stopped.
Yeah.
Did you tell them that in class?
No, because I told him I was setting it up to talk about fellatio salad and how
right.
that was the
That's the
end
big
game.
cliche. Yeah, that's-
Yeah, and these were all steps to get to that.
Started with pie. We ended at fellatio salad.
Yep.
Meeting adjourned.
Wow, what are we doing here, guys?
Guys,
Seriously.
Yeah, he's got a lot to say.
Yeah.
My job is just to get the eyes, give her an alley-oop so that her and her sales associates could close down and just slam dunk that.
What?
Good analogy. That is so good.
He's the guy providing the alley-oops.
Yes.
Your
I'm
job
like,
is
dude,
to give
I'm
an
like,
alley-oop so that sales can then slam dunk that.
Dude, I'm Austin Reeves throwing up an alley-oop to Anthony Davis or LeBron James, and the sales team just slam dunks it. And
so that is kind of
the dumbest thing we've ever heard.
Why we're all doomed.
That is a scary look at the future. Anyway, stay in school, kids. This has been
an example of how we use talent in radio. Everything Johnny just spoke about.
Oh boy, we are doomed.
I know what they want to see. They want to see us do that like Kendrick Lamar thing was like bing, boom, bam, boom, bam, bing, bang.
That's what they want to see, kids.
That's what the people want.
If any educators are listening and would like Johnny to speak at your institution, be it an elementary school, an obedience school, another college, please call. Johnny is available to speak to any classes effective immediately. He's got a whole... who knew he had such a patter down?
All
Allie?
the kids are writing down bing, bong, boom.
Can you say that bing, bong, boom thing again? I'm sorry. I
Write
left
that
off...
on the whiteboard, please.
I got bong,
bing, boom, bam, boom, bam, bing, bang.
How do we spell that, Johnny?
Bing that they really understand. It's our bread and butter. It's all we got.
All we got. That's all we got, guys. That's it. It's a bread and butter. That's all we got.
I forgot what we were talking about right there, but yeah.
We're experiencing the same things that everybody else is. Whether it's wildfires, elections, homeless, Allie's son gets sick a lot or gets hurt a lot. So
Are you
does
just
the mom
riffing
in
right now?
Santa Rita.
The whole thing is a riff. You're not supposed to stand up there with a piece of paper. I'm going to look so unprofessional if I did that.
Homeless. Allie's kid gets sick a lot.
But
by
yeah,
the
it doesn't
way.
seem like you're staying on the topic.
Yeah, what is the point
Like,
you're
what
making
direction
here?
are you going?
Didn't the first thing you said?
darts at something?
No, that was talking about like relating and connecting with the community, and I was like, we're like the average Joe. Allie's a mom that has a kid that gets sick and hurt too.
Oh,
and
that's
like,
what you're, okay,
yeah.
got it.
Didn't you start this whole thing by saying people have a short attention span? Let's get into your news right now, and then we got a brand new hour of the show that we can officially launch into. But first, what's happening in the world?
Grab your Adderall. It's time for A.D.D. News.
When Billie Joe Armstrong of Green Day is pissed, you will know. And he can get fired up pretty quickly. And he had to deal with one of the most annoying things that a fan could do at a show. He was shooting at the band with squirt guns.
Oh.
And bands have to deal with a lot more crap at shows now. For a while, there was this trend of fans throwing random things at artists, including dildos. Recently, I think Josh from 21 Pilots had to deal with his drums being stolen by a fan after the show. And now, during this Green Day show in Germany, after about an hour of being squirted in the face repeatedly with a squirt gun, Billie Joe Armstrong had had enough. He took off his little guitar. He went over to him and, put his finger in his face. You can't hear what he's saying because he's off mic, but you can see him mouthing, "You effing better quit it or I'll beat your ass. You understand me?" And then eventually the guy said, "Okay, I'll stop." But
Also,
is there anything more fun when you're a kid and then more annoying as an adult than a squirt gun?
It's the worst. But in Germany, that's not filled with water. That's the other thing. I mean, and to get that,
I've seen that video
over and over again, to get that repeatedly, like one squirt, you go, all right, we'll have a good time.
I know, but again and again and again,
right.
it's also like, dude, get get something else. Get another gimmick.
Yeah, and it's funny because they, look, no one wants to be uncool, and especially if you're, lead singer of a cool band, you don't want to be uncool. And as soon as you're the adult that's like, all right, enough with the squirt gun.
I know.
You're uncool.
Everyone getting repeatedly shot with a squirt gun feels uncool and looks uncool and gets pissed.
But, by the way, I don't know why security let that go on for as long as they did. They should have shut that down.
Well, it's probably hard to see, because even when it was happening in the video, I can't even tell that it's happening. I guess that man's very hydrated.
When I upgraded from a regular squirt gun to a super soaker, when those first,
oh my gosh,
that was like life-changing.
They had all the other tanks attached to it.
You could fit like 90 gallons in a wall. I mean, you used to have like the saddest those little sad original like starter guns in the world of squirt are just pathetic.
And then those big ones with some of them, they're like they shoot like machine guns.
Yeah,
like,
battery operated ones. Those are great.
And I don't want to sound like a pussy, but they actually hurt when they hit you. like the blast of water comes out. They've really made some great improvements in the world of squirt guns.
But when you're getting unintentionally squirted like that, it brings you to a 10 so quickly.
But also, kids shooting other kids with squirt guns is like level 5 fun. But kids shooting adults
when they're unsuspecting
are
adults
annoyed by it is a 10 out of 10 fun.
Oh my God!
There's
you feel
better.
like you have really won in life.
Yeah, it's great. Well, I'm sorry, Billy. Let's all take a moment and think of the great Billie Armstrong, who's recovering.
Who probably doesn't really care about it
getting
anymore.
Gently moist yesterday during a show.
All right, there have been a couple of in-and-out lawsuits that have taken place in the last week. One of an employee suing the company, and one of the company suing a YouTuber. The employee lawsuit, that came in last week, and it was about potential workplace discrimination having to do with the way that the employee was wearing his uniform. And then this one that's just coming out comes from In-N-Out, and they're suing this YouTuber who has been pulling various pranks at In-N-Out locations for a while now. I guess they've warned this guy to stop doing content at their In-N-Out locations because he's been dressed as an employee and he would take orders from people outside.
Which has got to be so annoying if you're the person that thought you put in the order, because even waiting for your actual order when you put it in is already annoying.
And when you see that person with their little iPad thingy with the little order, you're like, yes.
And by the way,
I feel like I've gotten closer than I really have in line because they're taking my order.
And we will defend In-N-Out till the death, but they basically hand you if you just ask for the uniform, they hand it to you. Every time I go, they hand you the paper caps, those little paper caps that they wear.
Really?
Yeah, they're right behind the register. Yeah, you have the kids with you. You say, hey, can we get one of those In-N-Out caps? They hand them to you. So
cool.
Boom. Now all you need is a white shirt. You're done.
Yeah, so this guy, Brian Arnett, he was in In-N-Out branded clothing, looked exactly like an employee, and then he would make lewd comments to the customers and say things like, the employees here put their feet in the lettuce, and sorry, we're only serving gay people today.
Hey, In-N-Out, why so uptight? That sounds funny.
And then he would leave, and they would just be like, okay. And then the car would leave and be like, I guess they're only serving gay people, so I can't.
Sorry, it's Pride Month, I guess.
Yeah.
See ya.
So they would just leave and not go to In-N-Out.
Do you remember the bit that we've been trying to do now for years that Muggs was supposed to do when he still worked here, where we were going to dress him like employees at a bunch of different places?
Yeah, like
Best
Target
Buy and
employees.
Target, and just send him over there to walk the aisles until people asked him questions, and then he was going to spend a lot of time just filibustering with them before he finally broke it to them. I'm sorry, I don't work here.
How great would have this been
for
great.
Us? Would have been great.
I mean, we would have gotten to this, but this is somebody who had an idea like that and then actually applied himself, got the uniform, and did it.
Let's see if that guy wants a job here. Happily hire him.
Will we? I don't think we have any space for that.
No, we don't.
All right, minimum wage is going up in a few days. People who make minimum wage are getting closer and closer to the rates that fast food workers make, ironically. Starting July 1st, minimum wage is going to go up in California, and how much, it depends on where you live. If you live in L.A., for example, it's going to go up to $17.20 an hour. Or no, I'm sorry, it's going to $17.87, up from $17.20, which, okay, that's exciting. Yay, you're getting a raise. But when someone's like, your raise is 67 cents, you're like, damn it.
Yeah, I know.
And you feel like, oh, cool, you see this headline, minimum wage is going up, that's so exciting. And then you realize how little it is and how little it's going to affect your paycheck. But the highest in California that I saw was in Northern California in the East Bay in Emeryville. It's now going to be up to $19.90. And the highest in Southern California that I saw was in West Hollywood at $19.18. So, I'm sorry, $19.65. So that's almost $20 an hour depending on where you get a job. I didn't even know it was that different depending on the city in LA.
Key is you have to go ahead and do the math Like you go, like, man, if I was making this kind of money in the 1800s, I'd be living okay right now.
That's always good to compare it, yeah.
You got to do the math.
Buy all the sarsaparilla I want.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'd be
I have
running
6,000 acres.
Oh, think of all the leeches I'd have.
I have 19 whole dollars.
So, K-Rock. All right, welcome to your summer hours. Here we are, Klein Alley Show, still with you. I know what you're thinking. Why are they still with us? Why did they not let Kevin Ryder stick around and finish the show with them? All good questions.
Please, move on.
We asked him to. He said no thank you, but he'll be back this afternoon.
Yeah, that dude's an asshole.
Kevin, I mean, period. Kevin. I've been saying that my whole life. I'll be saying that till the day I die. Kevin.
Right?
You're right. You're absolutely right. Omar gets so excited when Kevin Ryder joins us because it opens up thousands of more sound clips he has in his arsenal.
I have so many. It's crazy.
Yeah, those files. And by the way, most normal people would have deleted after 5 years of that guy being gone. But no, you. You said, I'll wait for the day.
Me and Lightning, we hold on to everything.
As you should. We got lots to get to this hour on the show. More of those Universal tickets to make happen for you as well. If you missed anything that just took place in here, it was a live on-air lie detector test with the great Kevin Ryder. You can check it out on our YouTube page or the podcast that goes with the show. And we will get into everything we have in store for you after we give you this one from 311. This is a song, Allie, that I think is the right amount of vibes for the summer hours.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Proper.
This is why we're
you're an
here.
idiot.
Okay,
well,
shut up.
I thought you left already. Congratulations, 909 is out of rehab. There you go, 909. First text out of rehab. Good to hear you guys again. All right, well, hopefully...
Are you not going to read the text after that says, relapse?
I wasn't going to read that one, but okay, yes, the text right afterwards is also that same person that says, relapse. So anyway, we'll see. Yeah, for right now, enjoy your freedom. We get into some bamboozling, Allie, because, you know, we're officially not in the scammiest time of the year. That's always the holidays. But who knew there were so many summer 4th of July themed scams?
Now warning residents of a new 4th of July scam. The county...
What could it be? Let's get into Bamboozled. Here we go.
Bamboozled. A lot of people fall for the scam. And now they're just like, damn. Take your money, sucker, because you didn't know it was all a sham. And now you're just like, damn.
We'll get to the 4th of July scam in a moment. Nothing worse than buying fireworks that you think are the illegal types, only to realize they're the legal types that have been packaged.
The safe and sanes?
Yeah, you thought you got some really cool, sticks of dynamite that were going to blow up some watermelons, and you realize these are just a bunch of sparklers that were repackaged.
Man, and
That's
you spent
the
all
worst.
that money on it? Because aren't fireworks pretty expensive?
Well,
yes.
They've been this year more than ever. I assume it has something to do with the tariffs or the fact that they've got to get more clever with how they smuggle them.
Yeah, because I think over 90% of the fireworks that are sold in the U.S. come from China.
Yeah, I did go into a firework factory one time, like in the South when I was in
You
the
went
South.
into a firework factory?
Or not a fire. It was like a warehouse that usually I'm
just
used
a
to
place that had a bunch of
but
fireworks.
like when I'm talking like Costco-sized warehouse full of all fireworks.
Man.
And they had all the fireworks because this was in
How many no smoking signs are on that building?
It's funny because a lot of signs, but every single person's a smoker.
Wow.
Like they're all like smoke break. The place just clears out. They shut down for half an hour.
They just throw their butts.
But I could not get over all the fireworks. But Omar, some of those fireworks are hundreds of dollars.
For one.
For one. Yeah.
So you can spend thousands on a fireworks show?
Oh, for sure. Easy.
For a good fireworks show, probably tens of thousands.
That is such a waste of money.
No way. What are you waste of money?
Are you un-American?
Allie is.
No, I
Man.
think
That's why she dressed like the
fireworks are
Iranian
overrated.
leader yesterday. Why? She wants
Nothing
everyone
to
to
do
know.
with anything.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with everything. People got to listen to the whole show to get the context there. Here's a scam, though, before we get to the 4th of July scam that involves people that are using summer vacation rentals.
A family in Rosemead dealing with a nightmare scenario. Strangers keep showing up at their door thinking they've booked a vacation rental, but the home was never listed.
How annoying is that?
People just show up.
Every day, you got people that pull in the driveway.
With their little pool floaties.
They've got their suitcases out, ready to go. Hey, this is going to be our house for the next week. And then you're like, no, it's not. I live here.
And it's definitely someone like me who's like, I got such a deal.
Right. Allie's all excited. I got a 3-bedroom with a pool. It's only going to cost us $200 a night.
16, yeah.
I'm so
The
excited.
owner says Booking.com has done nothing to fix the problem.
Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
You might have heard the slogan, Booking.yeah. But in this one instance, it's Booking.scam.
Ooh, good writing. Good writing. Booking.scam. And the reason is
Rosemead home on Reading Avenue got some unwanted visitors from people scammed out of a fake rental listing. The given address is correct, but the home does not match the pictures on the listing.
Oh, so that's already the first scam. They give an address. They probably didn't even think about it. They just go find an address, put it there, and then let's put up some pictures of a sweet. And then you pull up, you're like, this doesn't look as good as it did in the pictures. And also, oh, wait a minute, a family lives here.
Yeah, but you think that websites like Booking.com or even Groupon, you're like, well, all this has got to be real because it's on a vetted website, right? But it's very easy for a scammer to be like, here's some really nice pictures. I'm just going to put that up and say it's my place.
We found out our house was listed on Booking.com, and we are not renting our house on Booking.com. So we had some people come.
I feel like they're on the take just because of how many times they're mentioning the full website. Feels like all of them are in on this.
Even though normally it is a wonderful website where you can find very affordable rentals.
Show up at our house thinking they had rented our home.
Homeowner Alexis Cavish has never listed her home on Booking.com.
Yeah, you don't want to stay in that house.
Oh,
the Cabbage
God.
house? Ugh.
She doesn't even have an account. Yet, within the last 24 hours, 2 sets of strangers have come to her doorstep showing confirmation that they booked the house as a short-term rental through the website.
Doesn't that feel like such ammo? And you're like, I have a confirmation number. Boom.
Right.
Look at it. That number is everything.
And she's like, but my family lives here. We're not renting the house.
But
Like, sorry,
confirmation number.
Confirmation number. Move out of the living room, lady.
And I love that they were probably so disappointed in what the house actually looked like.
But also,
This isn't what I rented.
Think about it. You know the mindset you're in when you're about to start a vacation, whatever it is. You've got and some of these people, I would imagine, probably maybe flew in. So they fly in. They got a
They're
rental
tired.
house.
They can't wait to get to their new
And then you
place.
you don't have a place at all.
Luckily, so far, the people have been really nice, but there's strangers coming to a house where I have kids. I got a playground.
Well, that's what they should. That'll
You have
make them leave.
You have a playground? Cool.
Yeah, you're the problem.
I got kids here, and I don't really like the idea of strangers coming to my house.
So that's one of the scams. Be on the lookout for that because there's rental scams happening. This happens all over the place. It's not just Booking.scam.
But it's crazy because it used to just be actual rentals. Like, hey, I want to rent a new apartment. I'm going to go to, whatever website to go find a place. And half of them are fake rentals. And I didn't realize that there were so many that were just for vacations.
Hey, I wonder if we posted a really nice house, like a nice lake house, but we put the address here of the KROQ studios, if we could have tourists that show up here randomly during the show. Like they think, like we put up a nice picture of like one of those houses, like on Lake Arrowhead, one of those like triangular shaped ones, those cabins, and then we say the address is like 5670 Wilshire Boulevard.
Right, and they're like, but this says cozy room by the sea.
And we're just sitting here like, come on in here.
Come on, sit down.
Yeah, sucker. Here's another scam that's happening. This one, no, that's our time. Come on, you got to be kidding me. Here's the 4th of July scam that's going on right now. Listen to this.
Is that what they're doing now? When
now
we're late?
warning residents of a new 4th of July scam. The county posting the alert to their social media. They say scammers have been impersonating their page, claiming people have won something in their ongoing 4th of July giveaway. While the contest is real, Pima County says only their official page will message winners and no links or forms are needed. They also say your prize must be picked up in person.
Oh, not worth it.
No one's doing that. I mean, I know we do that here too to try to save on shipping. We're like, hey, congratulations, you won a can of Jake's beans or whatever.
Yeah, we still have a ton of beans because no one wants to come pick them up.
And then we're like, you have to come and drive to pick up this can of beans. And they're like, nah, you can keep those beans.
I'd rather just buy beans.
So there you have it. We take a super quick break. We're back in a moment. The show continues, believe it or not, next right here on KROQ.
The show will be alongside aquariums, birds, pet supplies, and more at the LA Pet Fair, June 28th and 29th at the Pomona Fairplex.
The second we're done with this audio from the streets of WeHo at Pride, Vanessa was out there on her rollerblades doing some exclusive interviews, and it has been making us laugh behind the scenes here at KROQ for the last 3 hours nonstop. As soon as we're done with that, we get you into Cali Vibes this weekend and get you VIP access onto KROQ Special High Rise so you can see the show up close and personal, and we'll give those tickets away the second we're done with this. Pride was happening in West Hollywood this weekend. It's been going on for, I don't know, many years. It's hard to say it's the gayest day of the year in West Hollywood because we're all pretty gay, but it's definitely one of the gayest.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Maybe
it's
the
when,
gayest.
People go into their little costume closet and they pull out, their rainbow Speedo instead of their normal hot pink Speedo, and they have a great weekend.
So Allie couldn't go, obviously, because she was camping with the babies and the dogs and doing a real lesbian thing. So Vanessa went out because she got her rollerblades on, and the plan was kind of simple. We've done it before. A little game called Gay or Nay, where she goes up to people that are there and asks them some questions, and then we try to guess whether or not, based on the answers to the questions, are they gay or are they straight? And the questions were simple stuff, like, what is the award called for the best Broadway show?
Tons.
And what is the main ingredient in quiche? And what shape are the fries at Chick-fil-A? Stuff that we thought would be pretty easy to determine who's gay, who's straight. And it turns out what originally we thought was going to be Gay or Nay turned into a brand new segment that we were not prepared for called Vanessa Confuses the Gays. Because
Gay or Nay ended up not really being about the people that she was interviewing and more about Vanessa herself trying to ask questions that she didn't understand.
Vanessa, how do you think this went?
I'm cringing at myself. One, it was really loud, so I was screaming.
Yes.
And I'm like trying to read the questions I could barely see, and then I'm pretty sure I'm saying a lot of the words wrong.
Yes.
And I repeat myself. But everyone was really nice, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, you had a great time.
This could be a hate crime, and this is not our goal, but just listen to this. This is just a jump cut of all of the every time she talked to anyone, she confused them. And then we'll try to play one round of the actual game. But take a listen to this new segment on KROQ called Vanessa Confuses the Gays.
What's the main... Ow! Hold on.
All right, right out of the gate, she's got a
What's
problem.
the main...
What is she drinking, by the way?
Yeah, what'd you drink?
All of the
I
above.
was drinking, I think, tequila soda. Yep.
How much did you have?
I promise you I only had 2 and 1 shot.
No way.
Well, she's a child. Let's not forget.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
drinking
tolerance
is
is low.
right, a child.
The cups were big.
The cups were not
The
big.
cups were big. And
Right.
you say you're not a child.
Right, okay, here we go.
What's the main... Ow! Hold on.
All right, that was how it started. So it didn't start great. Then she gets to the first question, which is supposed to be an easy one, which is what is the award for the best Broadway show called? And she had a lot of trouble with this one.
Okay, Luis. What is the award for Broadway plays called?
What is it? What? Award for Broadway?
What is the award for Broadway plays called?
What is it? What?
Hello. Hi. I'm about to talk to a very handsome man. Is he gay? Is he straight? I don't know. Okay.
She's like fired up. She's like so aggressive. And she's not doing a character. I know this sounds like something that Sacha Baron Cohen would come up with. It's like a mix between Borat and Ali G. She's
I know.
kind of doing a mix of two of them.
It's funny to hear her. It's almost like she's borderline angry.
Yeah, well, she gets real mad.
Like, I don't know. Maybe you do.
Right.
Is he straight? I don't know. Okay. What is Broadway plays called?
What is the what? The what?
The word for Broadway plays. What's it called? We're both laughing. We are both laughing.
I like the commentary.
Let the record show.
By the way, I don't hear him laughing at all. I hear her laughing, and I hear him
I
getting
also
frustrated.
don't hear any of them shouting.
No.
Which you said that you were shouting because it was loud.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't hear the music, but it was really loud.
This child came up on rollerblades and started screaming at me about being gay, I think.
Yeah, if you think, if any guys who are not fan of the gays, and you're the ones that were holding those signs up that are like, God hates us,
Right.
that is much less effective than this.
Yeah, this is the best way to really let the gays know how you feel. Just rollerblade up to them and start screaming at their face. So this is, once again, the segment has been changed now to Vanessa Confuses the Gays.
What is the word? Hello, I'm with a very handsome man. Is he gay or is he straight? I don't know. Okay, what is the word for Broadway plays called?
What is a word for Broadway plays called?
That's 0
You
for
got
3.
almost all of it.
0 for 3 on this question. 0 for 3.
Oh no. Broadway plays.
Okay, I like that answer.
All right, she loves the answer.
You repeating part of my question. I love that answer.
The other question that she went to is, what is the main ingredient in quiche? And she had a really hard time with this one.
What is a succulent?
Oh, no, this was a different question. Sorry. This was a question about...
Succulents.
What? Do you know what a succulent is? And this was another one that really threw people off. Well, because they couldn't understand what the hell she was saying. Understandably, so it got confusing.
For Broadway plays called.
Hold on, here we go. Hold on. Let me fast forward past. Hold on, sorry. It's hard to keep track of it all because everything's labeled Vanessa screws up. So
Broadway plays.
Okay, I like that answer. What is a succulent?
What is what?
A succulent. Succulent. A succulent? Succulent? Succulent. That word. Succulent.
she finally goes that word and points to her phone. But this person is
that word and points to her phone.
So she goes. I mean, she
but
goes.
I love how eventually she shorts out and starts asking them how to pronounce it.
Succulent? Succulent? Succulent. That word. Succulent.
Succulent?
What's the main ingredient in kimchi?
This was supposed to be what is the main ingredient in a quiche.
So he never answered the succulent question?
No. She's just jumping.
The main ingredient in kimchi.
In what?
They're so confused.
What's the main ingredient in kimchi? Just give me an answer.
Damn.
She's so frustrated. And this
Just
poor,
give me an answer.
This poor gay.
She's so frustrated with herself.
And this poor gay woman. Listen to this gay woman.
I don't know what your question is.
I don't know what the question is. She's just harassing them.
Answer me!
So these didn't go great. At least they didn't go according to plan. They definitely went great. But
Did you get one legitimate answer to a question?
I don't think so.
Answers.
I don't know, Vanessa. I've been listening to these all morning, and they are great. But let's take you through one of them, the unedited, all the way through. This is Vanessa Confuses the Gays, also known as Gay or Nay at WeHo Pride over the weekend. And here she is on rollerblades, apparently hammered on tequila, trying to have a conversation, which ends up with her bullying the gay people.
Hello, hi. I'm about to talk to a very handsome man. Is he gay? Is he straight? I don't know. Okay, what is the word for Broadway plays called?
What is the what? The what?
The word for Broadway plays. What's it called? We're both laughing. We are both laughing. What is the word?
Tony.
Okay.
So you got.
I think he's just saying, Tony, let's go.
Tony, let's get out of here.
Tony, stop talking.
Kid's scary. All right.
What's the main ingredient in kimchi?
In what?
What's that word, kimchi? Okay.
What's that word? She shows them again.
I love how he's like, oh my God, it's quiche.
Quiche. KROQ o'clock, Klein Alley Show. Apparently, if you are single and dating right now, you are not into the apps anymore because everyone said they're done with the apps. They've been to the end. They're seeing repeats now. Like, I've seen this guy. This guy was on Bumble. Now he's over here on Hinge. I've already been through. And once you start getting reruns, it's kind of like when you're scrolling through Netflix. You're like, I feel like they need more stuff. They need more options, or I got to go ahead and get a different service.
Or they start all looking the same. Like Vanessa said, every guy just seems like he's a dude with a mustache and a hat.
Mustache and a trucker hat and a white T-shirt and tattoos. She said that's every guy now. So at some point you go, this is all reruns now. So as a result, people are doing, more and more, I guess, old-timey things to try to meet in real life, or they are going to matchmakers. They're looking for experts to help set them up.
They said that high-end dating apps are now the thing for people who can afford it because they have actual matchmakers working for the website, and you can go and have a consult with them. You tell them what you're looking for, and then they will go from their pool, their database of all the people that are in their, realm, and then they'll pair with the people that you want and basically make the connection that way. But matchmakers, the traditional matchmakers, are back in business because dating apps overall are a huge fail, and they want success rates.
They're also having all these live dating events now, more and more, that are popping up because people are going, the concept, which was fun for a while, of swipe, meet up for coffee, come up with an excuse why I have to leave, do it again. Everyone's kind of run the course on that. And if you've done it with no success for a year, becomes 2 years, becomes 3 years, you go, why do I keep repeating the same process?
And this is getting expensive. That's the other thing, is would you rather go on 5 dates in a 2-week period and, maybe one of them is a second date? Or would you rather go on 2 really good quality ones where you feel like you're going to get something out of it and the success rate is higher? If
you think about this show, right, the 5 couples that we match, or the 5 single people that we spotlighted around Valentine's Day, single person spotlight, even though legally we're not supposed to do this anymore, the lawyer said we can't. I think 2 of them or 3 of them are currently dating now. Like not with each other, but I'm saying 3 of them found successful relationships out of that. In some way, we played matchmaker.
Yeah, but people want to meet people in different ways, and I think there's no greater feeling than when you're responsible for 2 people getting together. Like, there's a guy I know who married a girl I know, but I knew both of them separately, and I'm so mad that I'm not responsible for them meeting. Like, it was like all of a sudden, hey, we've met and we're dating. And I'm like, dude, why wasn't I the matchmaker? Why wasn't I like, oh, man, Cal, you would be perfect for my friend Carrie. I have to introduce you to you. Yeah,
That almost makes it worse, Allie, because not only were you not responsible, but you could have been, like, you had all the pieces and you still blew it.
I could have had them meet sooner, but I didn't. And then all of a sudden they were dating and getting married. And I'm like, damn.
I could see Allie at the wedding be like, I knew both of them. And they're like, oh, so you introduced them?
I'm like,
well, no. I'm responsible for, I believe, 3 different couples. One is divorced. Thank you.
Oh.
2 are still together. One of them's Brad Williams and his wife we're responsible for.
Well, yeah, I don't know if we can fully take credit on that. We just made him get on a dating app.
Yeah, we forced him to get on Grindr and Tinder.
Yeah, but no, we're not necessarily. We didn't introduce them.
Right.
Well,
by the way, Klein, you're this guy. You're like, hey, you'd be a good match for so and so.
No, I never did that.
That's douchey.
It sounds like you did.
No, I had an after party when I first moved to L.A. at my apartment.
After party. Got to try to make it sound cool now.
And 2 people met at my after.
I said you should meet my niece.
If 2 people just met at your after party, you're not responsible for it.
Of course I am. What are you talking
about? No, you're not. You just had a party and people were there and they took it upon themselves to meet each other.
I'm talking about setups. Like, hey, you would go well with this person. I know it. You 2 are meant for each other. Then they meet. Then they actually like each other.
Why would you want to even put that on you? Because if things go horribly wrong, or if they end up cheating or whatever, then that's on you because you vouched for these people.
Well, I will say one time I did introduce a friend of mine to another friend, and I was like, hey, they're both single. They're both attractive. I was thinking maybe they would like each other, and we all hung out in a group, and they did end up hooking up a couple of times. They didn't date, but I thought that was still pretty good.
No, I guess when
they actually hooked up.
If you're going to go with the traditional definition of, hey, you know who you should meet is so-and-so, I don't think I've ever known 2 people that were both
equally interesting and meant for each other.
Yeah, like I don't think I would ever think like that. But I have thrown parties where people have met before.
And there are people who think like that, and they really have a knack for it, and that's what makes you a matchmaker.
Isn't that like something like moms do all the time? Oh, you know who you should meet, so-and-so.
Definitely a mom thing.
Yeah.
But that's where they just look at, you are a lesbian. I also know another lesbian. You're meant for each other. That's the way they think, is just, hey, This person is in college at UC Irvine. You know what? My nephew's friend is also a student. You guys should date.
My daughter Allie's a lesbian. She's given up on all other men. So why don't you just go ahead and give a shot?
You have a long hair and you're a man.
Right. Do you like any of these bands, Atlantis, or you ever been to a Lilith fair? Oh, no? Okay.
Yeah. Well, Jake, I think you were responsible for two of your friends getting married or something, right?
Sorta, yeah. A guy dated her first, and then they met while we were dating, and then we broke up, and then they ended up getting married.
Is this the couple that you're going to have sex with on Friday?
I'm not having sex with a couple.
Yeah,
We're in
sword
an open
fight.
Marriage.
Sword fight.
Jake, you are. This is. I made a note in my phone.
Jake.
I made a note in my phone that this Friday is Shish Kebab Friday.
Yeah, Jake, I even dabbed you up like, hell yeah, Jake.
You got dabbed up by Johnny. You know
I
how
don't want to be dabbed up for that. I won't be dabbed up for shish kebabs.
it's you. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to make sure I get these facts right for the audience.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. This Friday, you are seeing not just the woman, but you're seeing the woman and the man.
No, I'm seeing the lady.
Yeah, but didn't she reach out to you at first and said, by the way, my husband is bisexual? Speaking of which, we also have an open marriage.
That was in the same conversation, yes, but it wasn't. He's not coming over.
It's not.
Got the penis in the back. How do you know he's not coming over?
Because that's not the plan.
You don't. But did she say it's just me?
Yeah.
What? And your plan is to what? You go right to the shack, or?
We're gonna go to the Space Hog show.
Dude, you're definitely getting a hog.
So you're going Space Hog, and then you're bringing her back to the and she's staying with you.
Yes.
And her husband's not coming to town, or he lives here?
No, they live in the desert.
In the what?
The desert.
They live in the desert? Dude, you're having a nerd three-way.
He's practicing speaking with his mouth full, I think. Right? Is that what's going on?
I
You're doing good, Jake.
he's going to come out of the out of the woodwork.
You don't think he's going to watch?
Not this time, no.
Whoa.
I think this is a setup. Like,
Yes.
you know, they might have sex together, but the next time they're going to involve the husband.
Yeah, give him what he knows. Right now, he knows this girl. That's all he wants. That's all he's interested in. You get one, and then it's like, that was fun. Let's do it again. Jake's like, yeah, that was so great. No strings attached. That's cool. And then the next one is, suddenly my guy's here.
Holding his own director's chair.
And then Dodge Perry. Boom, boom.
Hang on, she just texted me.
Oh, boy.
Read it.
Does she listen to the show?
My husband likes his balls cupped.
He likes Roman shades or whatever that thing was.
I like how you said desert with your mouth full. Let's try that on Friday. Jake, what's the text say?
They're gonna stay in the desert.
What's the text say?
It looks like it's falling through because she said, "Well, my dog sitter just fell through."
Oh no,
man!
Well, you know what? She's probably said.
She's hearing this now. She's now.
I don't think she doesn't listen to the show, does she?
I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of a coincidence that now she's texting and canceling as we're talking about this.
But
because she's been uncovered.
But the dog sitter wouldn't be a problem if her husband was sticking behind. So that's my point. It seems like she was planning on bringing him along for the show.
Maybe he was the one who's going to drop her off.
Oh, wow. Yeah, right. I'm going to go drop you off to have sex with your friend. See you later. He's definitely coming.
He's not coming.
No, can't say it like that, guys. All right, so it's not happening now.
I guess not.
God, we curse things real quick.
Why don't you respond? Get her back on board.
Why don't you grill her?
Why don't you say bring the dog?
No, man, I don't want that to happen.
You don't want what?
I don't want her to bring her dog.
Why?
Because, man, it's a big dog. I live in a shack. We don't have enough room for
Just write back hashtag Shish Kebab Fridays.
I'm not doing that either.
All right. Well, think about it. That's Jake. What an exciting up and down. Wow, emotional roller coaster this morning on KROQ for sure.
Allie Show with new summer hours, live till 11.
KROQ.
Blink. We'll wrap up the show with some takeaways. Then we turn it over to Nicole Alvarez, and she brings with her more of those tickets for you to go to Universal. Oh, I think we have a 4-pack we forgot to give out this hour. Is that right, Vanessa? Am I wrong about that?
Correct.
Oh. Hey, what the hell? Let's give away some tickets right now, shall we? 4-pack, Universal. Win them from us now, then again at noon with Nicole Alvarez, 3 and 6 with the great Kevin Ryder. Thank you, Kevin Ryder, for stopping by today to hang with us and jump on the lie detector test. That man was pretty honest about most of the things he feels, and you can hear him back on KROQ in the afternoons. Call it 20 right now, 800-520-1067. We will take your calls, give away some tickets, and, of course, takeaways. You can send them to us on the text line now at 800-520-1067 as well.
925, my takeaway is Blue Man Group paints their faces red.
Yeah, valuable takeaway. I'm glad we learned that today, and that is why that man is sitting on the throne of the Hall of Fame of broadcasting.
Let's see, 909, my takeaway is Klein thinks... Oh, these are all Kevin Ryder related. It's like interesting that everyone's way more interested in that. 818, my takeaway is Kevin Ryder killed Screech, that he thinks Bean has Asperger's. And 650, my takeaway is Klein doesn't do libraries. 818, my takeaway is squirt guns in Germany aren't filled with water.
These are all strong takeaways from today's show. Here's a takeaway on the GOAT line.
This is Sean Connery. When I'm not listening to the Klein Alley show on KROQ, I'm eating Jake Shack beans.
Oh.
Get your beans at the Jake Shack. Welcome to the Shack.
All right. Well, another big celebrity endorser of Jake Shack beans. I can't believe we got so many celebrities, real A-list celebrities that are a fan of Jake's product.
Jake Shack beans!
We didn't even waste time getting good AI sound-alikes. We just went with listeners that do terrible impressions.
Hey, it's OG. I like it.
If the GOAT line is there for you, it will be there for you. You can use it. 800. Nope, that's wrong. 844-956-GOAT. I'm on a lot of medication today. Let's say hi to Anna and give away some of these tickets, then we'll do your takeaways and officially hit the road. What's up, Anna?
Oh, my God. Hi, Klein and Allie. Woohoo.
good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling and listening and putting up with us for these bonus summer hours. The very least we can do is send you to Universal Studios.
Hell yeah, today is my son's 17th birthday, and he's
No one
asking
cares.
to go to Universal.
I'm sure people care. Let's ask more questions about her son. Does he have a favorite food?
Oh, God, he loves all kinds of food. He's eating healthy right now, though.
All right, give her the ticket. Guys, we're violating Steve's pet peeves now. We're mocking the listeners.
we're mocking the listeners.
Remember
That's right.
the list of Steve's pet peeves? We got to be nice to all the callers, even if they tell us long, boring stories about their kid.
Sorry, boring woman. We love you.
Hey, Anna, congratulations. You're going to Universal.
Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Thank you. Love you, too.
We love you, too.
Too bad today is not
Thank
an
you.
important day for you or anyone in your family. Because if it was, it would be even more fitting that you won the tickets.
Oh, my God. It totally is.
Oh, it is?
You should have said something.
It's a special day. Why?
Oh, my God, you guys. It's his birthday. He's still asleep.
What is it?
He's still sleeping. And
Yeah,
he's
because he probably
17th
heard your story. All right. I'm just kidding. Thank you for winning. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's do takeaways. Jake, you have a takeaway?
Yeah, beware of the island of schmoles.
Oh, yes.
Beware of the sword fight on Friday at your place. You should be aware of. Allie, you got a takeaway?
Don't bring your grills on the Osh.
Yeah, don't bring grills. Oh, by the way, thank you. I forgot about that. There was so much show today. We've got the Chad Kroger of Chad and JT joining us to give Allie some tips. She'll be going to a city council meeting tonight to fight for your right for free air in California.
Yeah, and according to 714, not having free air is an abomination.
Yeah, you got to listen to the show tomorrow. I can't wait to get that footage of Allie addressing city council tonight. That's going to be great. All right, Allie, you got a takeaway?
I already gave you my takeaway.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Just
way.
get out of
Omar,
here.
you got a takeaway?
I already gave you my takeaway.
No, you did not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You did not, son of a bitch.
If you ever talk to Drunk Allie, you deserve to get paid.
Yeah, you got to get paid by the hour if you get a conversation with Drunk Allie.
Yeah, I feel bad about
All right,
that.
have a great day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. Thanks for stopping by, Kevin Ryder. Stick around. More KROQ next. Bye.
They feel that.
Oh my God! What's wrong with you?
Klein Alley Show.
Allergies. It's just allergies.
The Sudafed is working, guys. It's working really well.
goodness.
And now we leave.
2 massive professional wrestling milestones.